appreciate all of you tuning in for this one. We know that the Michigan Panthers are going to be playing in St. Louis on Saturday night. The question is, who will they play? The DC Defenders in a neutral site game, or the St. Louis Battlehawks on their home field? Who are they going to play? We're about to find out right now. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. My name is Jerry and the game got delayed by 25 minutes due to the Nations League final between Portugal and Spain running long, which actually worked out nicely because the Birmingham game was pretty long. So, if you've never been to JD Live stream before, how it works is like this. Fire away on the channel with any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer about anything and everything. Any donation gets your question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order that I see them. Vote in that poll who you think wins this game. Battlehawks or the Defenders. These two teams met twice this season. Split the series. St. Louis won last week 13-8 on a rainy day at Audi Field. Week 3, Defenders won that game 27-15. Obviously very different, though, back then because Max Duggan was not the quarterback for St. Louis back then. After some injuries with Manny Wilkins, Max Duggan has performed pretty well, all things considered, since taking over as the starter, former TCU quarterback. How's it going, Base Doug? First time since 08 Detroit team's been in a final. How's it going, Kev? Appreciate you guys tuning in. How's it going, Catcher Pratt? Go DC. As a Panther fan? As a Panther fan, I want DC to win. As a Panther fan, I want DC. Braves lost 7 in a row. Oof. Yeah, I think it's time to make some changes. As a Panther fan, I'd be rooting tremendously for DC. The first meeting between the teams was brutal. And plus, it's going to be, and you won't have to deal with the St. Louis fans. It would be a neutral site game, essentially, versus basically a road game for what would happen. One of these teams is going to go to the championship game. St. Louis has never been to the title before. DC made it to the title for the XFL a couple of years ago. Made it back in 23, where they lost to Arlington in the championship. Can DC make it for the second time in 3 years? Or will St. Louis make it for the first time in franchise history? We're going to find out who's going to take on Michigan in just a little bit. Here we go. DC getting the ball to start. Let's do this thing. Kickoff, end zone, touchback, ball to 35. DC or Battlehawks beat the Stallions in the regular season. St. Louis did. DC did as well. But none of these teams are going to play the Stallions anymore because Stallions season comes to an end. 72% around the Battlehawks to win this game. First down, the 35-yard line. And in steps at quarterback for the Defenders. Who else but Jordan Teamu? Cards are the MLS team playing tonight. St. Louis is playing today. Yes, St. Louis is playing today. First down to 35. Handoff, Hero called a gain of 5. Down to the 40-yard line. Goes Deion Jackson. And these teams split the season series. First time they met was back in week 3. Now, last week's game didn't mean a whole lot. Last week's game did not mean a whole lot. I already knew this game was going to be in St. Louis regardless. Already knew that they were both in the playoffs. First time these teams met, DC struggled to run the ball, just 3.2 yards per carry, and that's another bad run there. Deion Jackson brought down the 34-yard line, loss of 6. Quinterio Cole, maybe the best defensive back in the UFL. Read that perfectly. Red Sox Yankees is tonight at, I think it's happening in like 10 minutes. Oh, they're playing at Portland? Oh, they're playing at Portland. You know, I don't think there's anything happening then. 3rd and 11. St. Louis crowd on its feet. Last year, St. Louis hosted the conference championship, lost to the Brahmas. Want to avoid a similar fate here. 3 of the bottom, 1 at the top. Teamu takes a snap, they send 4. Pocket collapses, hit as he throws low. Ball is caught, and well shy of the sticks at the 40-yard line. Teamu took a shot low, right around the ankle. Jackson only gets 6 on that one. They'll go 3 and out. Too bad Aaron Rodgers' cousin Mr. won't be able to see him play for his favorite team next season. Yep. I'm more of a Mr. Robinson guy myself. I appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out a ton on the channel. These teams met last week 13-8 in a game that was not the best played game. But again, didn't have a lot to play for. And on top of that, these were 2 teams that were playing in some very, very harsh weather. The punt here by Paxton Brooks. Bounces at the 5, takes a nice bounce for DC, and downs at the 12-yard line. Very good punt there by Brooks. Got the back spin on that. About a 47-yard punt. There was a flag on the play. St. Louis got the 12-yard line, pending the flag. Again, this game over on Fox. Who I feel worse for, Braves or Phillies? Oh, I don't feel bad for either of them. I don't feel bad for either of those teams. Are you kidding me? I don't feel bad for either of them. Personal foul, face mask on the receiving team. So back it up even more. And the world could use Mr. Rogers right now. They really could. Back it up even more. This is the final game of the year on Fox. Championship game's going to be on ABC. Yeah, that's basically ABC and NFC, yep. Max Duggan in at quarterback and took over from Manny Wilkins. Since then, he's been very good. 5-0 is the starter. Did not play last week. Again, no reason to. They had this clinched up. Ball at the 2-yard line after the face mask and the punt. They give Sailors, maybe the best back in the UFL this year. Is that him or Corbin or Toa? Who won the last game? Michigan. Michigan, 44-29. Muting Kurt Menefee? Probably the right call. Probably the right call. 4-peat is not possible. Nope, 4-peat is over. 44-29, Michigan won the first game. 2nd and 10. And Sailors did not play last week. And last week, tossed that game, throw it out the window. It was Mike DeLello and Brandon Silvers at quarterback. And they had nothing to play for. So when the starters played, back, as that said, out route incomplete. When the starters played in week 3, it was 27-15 in favor of the defenders. We called that game. 3rd and 9. The Mariners with the FedEx after the Commanders leave. I'm going to say fiction on that. FedEx, Northwest Stadium, it's too big. Audi Field's in a better location. And it's the right size. Andrew Bright Perkins goes a Pro Bowl quarterback. I don't think it's going to become a Pro Bowl quarterback, but I like the way he plays. Mike Goldberg gets on Fox games, yes. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Plus, they've won before. It's like, okay, like, they've had success. I don't care about that. Yes, so does L on the button. Yep, they're going with the establishing shots of the dome. 3rd and 9, 2 in the top, 3 at the bottom. QB draw. Duggan's got the first down with his legs to the 20. Still going. Dives ahead to the 26. Brought down on the play by Bryce Thompson. Gain of 24. I probably can make it. Yeah, but that was just a crap situation. A lot of injuries. He's got legs, knows how to use them. This is Duggan's first game of the season against the Defenders. Again, Manny Wilkins started week 3 and Silver started last week. How's it going, Golden? Still appreciate you tuning in. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Duggan's got 5 rushing touchdowns this year, averaging over 5 yards a carry when he takes off, so he knows how to run. Can he throw, though? He cannot! Hit as he throws! Falls on the ball at the 16-yard line. Almost a disastrous play there. Jared Jones-Smith. Good awareness there to scoop that one up. Falling on that one. Duggan gets sacked. Brought down by Malik Fisher. I don't know what's going on in the control room. Get Duggan on roster? No, I'm going to say no. Francis Scott, Chubb to the Texans. Chubb to the Texans. So Malik Fisher gets the sack there. Gets by his man. Gets by Juwan Bushell-Beatty. Fisher only had 1 sack in the regular season. Gets one there. Sailors will get 7 yards back to the 22. Michigan-Birmingham. Michigan won that game 44-29. The Highest scoring in the UFL history. What is going on in the control room? My God, these people. What is going on in the control room? Don't show shots to the dome. Establishing shots in between plays. Just don't do it. 3rd and 14. Motioning to the top of the screen is Jackson. How can this DC secondary play today? Again, there was a huge storyline that came out. We'll talk about in a little bit. Duggan escapes the sack. Fires on the run. One-on-one coverage. Back shoulder. Incomplete. Tight defense there by Keandre Thomas. 9-7-1, still 9-8. There you go. Again, this DC secondary is going to be tested today. Their top corner on the season, Kelvin Joseph, will never play again. Kelvin Joseph, a few days ago, killed someone in a drunk driving incident. Kelvin Joseph, the starting corner on DC, a huge part of this defense. His days are rightfully done. And DC will have to figure out what to do in the secondary without Joseph at corner, but that looked good on that drive. Ball to 36, or 38 for DC on the punt goes out of bounds. When we get back. You blame the penal league, yep. Still can play with Duggan. Marlins finish above the Braves. I'm going to say fiction on that. Let's say fiction. But I do think the Braves sell, and at that point it gets very interesting. Chubb short versus the Jags. Yeah, we're screwed. We're screwed. Although Chubb isn't the same guy he was. Yeah, DC all whites, they do look clean. I do have the DC helmet here. I have the St. Louis helmet here in case students. I have the Michigan helmet here. USFL, XFL. Yeah, every donation counts toward you make the call. How many decide which game we're calling? Yankees, Royals, or Cardinals, Brewers. Which game we're calling Thursday night? Gonna help me decide which game we're doing. Ball at the 38-yard line. Kelvin Joseph at least will leave a lasting memory of him catching A-Rod's final ever pass to Packers quarterback. There you go. There you go. Yeah, what's Fletcher doing? I have no idea. I have no idea. You know, it's Battlehawks home. Yep. I mean, it is. I mean, it literally is. I mean, they're playing in St. Louis. All 4 teams in the AFC South will have a losing record at the same time within the next 5 years. Fiction. Fiction. I don't think that's going to happen. I'd be very surprised. It's tough to predict a division to have everyone with a losing record. Yeah, Trebek too, the nastiest knee injuries. I saw both watching along with you. Yeah. Fun player to watch when he was healthy. Very fun player to watch when he was healthy. We got over 60 people in the chat right now. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. We do have emojis in the chat. Yeah, Marlins have young guys coming up the Braves. So, yep. Like I said at the start of the season, the Marlins are going to suck the first half, but the second half they could be good. And we do have emojis for DC. The old logo as well for DC. Same deserves an NFL team. The dome, yeah. I don't know. They need to make some repairs. I mean, that scoreboard's not big. That scoreboard is not NFL caliber. They need to make some massive repairs to the dome. It's in a good location, but they got to make some massive repairs. Neither team able to do anything on their first drive. See what happens. Drive number 2. Ball at the 35-yard line. Trips to the bottom of the screen. The handoff up the middle. The 40 down to the 43-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. Again, scrap everything that happened the last time these teams met in Week 10. It was the backups playing. It was DeLello against Brent Silvers. So, last game was kind of a joke. AFC South finished with no teams with at least some wins. I could see that. Now, that's a little bit different. But they need a new stadium. They do. Talon was iffy last time they played. 17 for 37, 2 picks for 3 touchdowns. He's going to try and take off here, and he slides. I don't know what he's doing. Why would he slide? Why would Jordan slide on that one? Why? Why would you slide in that spot? You were out of the pocket. It was a passing play, so you didn't have to worry about a man downfield. He takes the 2-yard loss, Instead of just throwing it away, he was out of the pocket. Yes, that was St. Louis with the power on the turf, yes. The crowd's great. The crowd is great. 3rd and 4. I don't know why he took the sack there. I don't know why Te'amu took the sack. I could have thrown that away. 3rd and 4. To the top, to the bottom. Te'amu looks. Out route. That ball is caught. Low throw, but grabbed to the 47-yard line. It is number 3, Jaden Mickens on the grab. The former Jaguar. Played a huge part in the Jaguars making it to the playoffs in 2017 with his great play on special teams. Even had some moments of wide receiver. He's made some big catches this year. Had that big catch against Birmingham the opening week of the season on that deep shot. Last time these teams met, had 1 catch for 25 yards. Keeps the drive alive here. Curl route. That ball is dropped. Cornell Powell ran with it before catching it. And Mickens entered this game with 21 catches, 3rd most on the team. Powell's 2nd on the team in catches with 29. And he led the team with 7 touchdowns, but can't hold on to that one. Yeah, 26 could happen. I can see 26. Right, they're not even close to the top quarter of all venues. And again, the Rams belong in LA. Not saying St. Louis deserves a team, but the Rams belong in LA. They never should have left LA in the first place. Trips to the bottom. Play action. Pass caught behind the line by Rowland. Breaks a tackle, breaks a second, spins ahead for a first down. Brought down by Willie Harvey at the 43-yard line. Chris Rowland led the team with 42 catches for 522 yards this year. He'll get 10 yards there for a first down. Carl Pickens, yep. For a first-round pick of the Bengals. FSU guy. I'd see what sports talk. Why don't I SLU starts the football, they can play games there? I mean, it's expensive to start football. It's a money loser for a lot of these schools. No school at that level is making money. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Te'amu, play action. Plenty of time. Deep shot. Behind him. Jump ball. Caught. Touchdown. Seth Williams. Touchdown defenders. Seth Williams gets the jump ball. His 2nd touchdown of the season. His longest grab of the year was 17 yards. That one's 43, and it gets DC on the board. Seth Williams, no catches last time these teams met. Gets behind the safety, boxes out perfectly. Miles Sims and DC in front. Silencing the crowd at the Dome. They're going to go for 1. Treasure San Diego. Hopefully, I mean, they need to get the stadium. Mr. Lives Company. Rotating schedule for teams based on division finish. Will that help parity? I think you need a salary floor. I think that's going to help parity the most. Run there, stuffed. Nothing there. On the run. Mike Rose stops it, but DC gets 6. Last year, St. Louis, on this very field, did not look good, did not start the game off well against San Antonio in the conference championship. Not starting this game off well. Down 6-0. Who would have thought at the start of the year DC would be in the spot? After their coach leaves, Barlow leaves to go to the HBCU ranks a week before the season starts, you have an interim head coach. DC starts the year off 3-0. They were the last unbeaten. Not the best ending to the year. They lost their final 2 games. Again, they already clinched the spot by that point. They went 3-4 in their final 7, but they did beat St. Louis back in week 3. San Diego got a bad rep from the South Park episode. I don't think about that. I don't think that helped. I don't think that changed anything at all. Sorry, fellow Chiefs fans. Every team needs to move back to their original city. Bring back the triangles, you cowards. Happy for Mike Nolan. I am too. I am too. I'm happy for Nolan too. Keep back to MITB almost a week after being released, but now I'll go by his real name, Ron Killings. All right. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. We do have emojis in the chat. My rotating schedule could help. But I mean, everyone plays each other all the time. I mean, NBA parities have been better, and they play each other all the time. The old family ever threatened to move the Cardinals back to St. Louis or Chicago? No chance. No chance on that. Norway, yeah, it's a large country. Norway is a big country in terms of how tall it is. You know how high up it goes. Tuning And now seeing the news that Nick Chubb expects 7 Texans. Yep. Texans building the best running back unit of 2019. Mariners snap their losing streak. Thank God. Dan Triangle's next dynasty. Absolutely on that one. Bring back the Providence Steamroller alongside him. And thank you guys for making the seat number one place to watch the UFL on YouTube. We will be live for the championship game Saturday night. And if you are a member, you can use emojis in the chat. When they stop conference championship rotation, 75. 75 was when they stopped it. Tom Brady coming up with the triangles. I would pay good money for that. I'd pay good money for a triangles jersey. Rolling with a nice crowd on that drive. Mickens kept the drive alive with his conversion on 3rd down. And then Seth Williams. It's just a simple post pattern. Gets by the corner. Safety was in. Orange Tornadoes. Yeah, we need the Orange Tornadoes. And the New York Tornadoes. It might involve a strike. Yeah, I think we're going to see a strike regardless. The Cyclodrome no longer exists. Oh, man. Used the defunct AFL names. Miami Hooters. Bring back the Miami Hooters. Why not? Just Hooters has a NFL team now. Why not? A giant triangle with a smile face on it. I could see, yeah. Or a pyramid. Yeah, just a pyramid with like googly eyes at the top. It would be the most uncanny valley thing. McCrane going to kick off here. And the panhandles, yep. Think of the hot sauce when I think of Mike Nolan. Yeah, that's comes to mind too. Kickoff fielded by Jackson at the 7. Taken to the 20. Spin move to the 25, and that's where he's brought down after an 18-yard return. Brought down the play by Micah Bakersfield. First down for St. Louis at the 25-yard line. Got out of danger last time after starting their drive at the 2, but unable to get into plus territory. Chargers, if the Raiders become the Vegas team, I don't know. The Chargers, obviously, they don't play in LA anymore at that point. I think they stay in San Diego. First down. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. In the backfield, at tight end is Chase Allen. Play action here, Duggan. Screen pass, caught by Sailors, looking for a block down the field. It's going to get it to the 30, down to the 33-yard line. Mike Panasiewicz getting into the second level, saying the block gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2. And Jacob Sailors looked at one point like he was going to be the Offensive Player of the Year. Had 7 catches for 91 yards last time these teams met. They want to get him involved. Only 3 seeds for the Super Bowl. Ooh, let me think about this one. 06 Colts, I know that. 06 Colts. There will be salary cap discussion. There better be. 2nd and 1. Handoff. Sailors, first down at the 37. Expansion every 2 years for UFL. I could see that. I think Louisville needs a team. I think Louisville, Seattle, and Ohio should get the next 3. Cannon. Must look like the 2000. Are you thinking of Corey Stringer? He wasn't a coach. I think you're thinking of Corey Stringer. David Dynamite? Yeah, great name. And a great logo, too. I did like that. So the 3 seeds to win the Super Bowl. 06 Colts. Definitely a 3 seed to win it all. 1st and 10. Duggan. Rolling out to the 40, and it'll go down to the 44. I love the expansion fees. Yep. Okay, yeah, there's one. Think about the others. Think about the other ones. 23 Chiefs were a 3 seed. 23 Chiefs because they had to play on the road against the Bills and the Ravens. So, yeah, some of the restaurants going bankrupt. Yeah, the Hooters by me closed like a year ago. 2nd and 1, ball at the 45. Right, 23 Chiefs. And then handoff here. Sailors bounces off one guy and down to the 49. I think it's Washington 87 because the Vikings were the wild card. They hosted them, but they were on the road in the divisional round. So, yeah, it would be Washington 87. First down in plus territory. I'm not sure on that one, Kevin. I'm not sure. I don't want to speculate, but yeah. Florida State, let's run Porter. Like, heat is no joke. Heat is no joke. First down the 49-yard line. Duggan keeps himself on the read, and he's going to lose a yard. He's going to lose a yard on the read option. We haven't seen him throw the ball a lot. Again, this DC defense does not have their number one corner, Kelvin Joseph. And St. Louis not throwing the ball a whole lot just yet. I appreciate it. Michigan says, there you go. There you go. One at the top, two at the bottom. Out in the backfield. Second and 11. Duggan. Trying to bounce outside. We'll get nothing. It's a loss of 3. Loss of 3 pushed down the play by Michael Ojimita. Starting in place of Joseph today. 3rd and 14. Yeah, the LA Kiss. Oh, you can't forget about the LA Kiss. The gray field. Mike Dice, baby. Yep. Has not been making really football deaths in recent years? Yes. And there's a few reasons for that. Number one, 2-a-days are a thing of the past for the most part. 3rd and 14. Duggan. High throw, incomplete. Covered on the play by Ojimita. And St. Louis will be forced to punt. You realize the training camp inside because he was 120 degrees outside? Yeah, you got to be smart with that. You got to be smart. Yeah, so there haven't been as many in recent years because part of it is less 2-a-days. Part of it is bigger emphasis on, like, we know more about the Heat and, like, you're not fooling anyone. And coaches are just, I don't want to say softer nowadays. I'm not saying soft, but they're more personable. They're not as hard-nosed as they were back in the day because it doesn't work. The style just doesn't work for the time. Punt fielded to the 14-yard line. 3-4 seed winner since 2002. Rams. Definitely the Rams. Ball the 14 for DC. Yeah, definitely the Rams. Giants in 2011. Yeah, let me think. Giants 2011. The Ravens were too, right? The Ravens were a 4. Right? They weren't a 3 that year. They were the 4. Right? Ravens were. No, wait. Were the Ravens a 4 that year? Or were they the... because if they were the 3, they obviously would have been the answer to the last question. They were the 4. Ravens were the 4. Yeah, Ravens. Ravens, Giants, Rams. Ball the 14. People want players to get sick of the Heat. People are just dumb. People are just dumb sometimes. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Again, we do have emojis in the chat. Shirts for either one of these teams. Yeah, 6-0-9-7 collapse is insane, too, because of the way it happened with the onside kick and the 4th and long and the pool Hail Mary. It's 85 degrees makes him cry. Ravens are the 4 in both their runs. They were the wild card in 01, but back then, you're the 4 wild card. You hosted a game. Yeah, back into that title, they did. And then Ray Lewis announced retirement at the start of the postseason, and then they just won a magical run. So then they fire their OC, like right before the playoffs, like 2 weeks before. They fire their OC. Didn't they fire Jim Caldwell right before the playoffs started? Oh no, they fired Cam Cameron. They brought in Jim Caldwell. DC has seen 2 championship games in 6 months. Well, this is a conference championship, but yeah, pretty much. That was 3 divisions, yep. Like 99 Titans made the Super Bowl as a 4. Ground into double play ball turn into a Little League home run. I could see it. Cam Cameron, yeah, he was fired, yeah. First champ to defeat both ones during their run. Ooh. That's a great question. I have to really think about this one. The first to defeat both number 1s. I would guess the Raiders in 1980. So the Chargers were the 1 that year. And the Eagles... No, the Falcons were the 1 that year. No, never mind. The Falcons were the 1. Falcons were the 1. First team start 0-2 win the Super Bowl. I know the Giants in 07 did, but I don't think they were the first. They had the Cowboys, right? Weren't the Cowboys in 90... Didn't the Cowboys in 93 start 0-2? Right, no, it's not... Right, it's not the Raiders. Scratch that. It's not the Raiders. It's not the Raiders. As soon as I said it, I'm like, yeah, it's not that. It's not that. It's like, nope, it's not that. All right, first down the 15-yard line. Play action, screen pass behind the line, caught, rolling, but bottled up immediately, loss of 1. Thrown down by Nick Whiteside. Mariners win, there you go. Finally, the 5-game losing streak is over. Let me think, the team to beat both ones. Team to beat both ones in their run. Beat both number ones. Second and 10. Could it be the Niners? Second and 10. Tiamu. Drag route. Behind his man. Incomplete. Looking for Roland. Could it be the Niners? I'm thinking 88. The Bengals were the one that year, right? Why isn't Greg Williams the D coordinator for the Defenders? I'm not sure. It wasn't great with him. Yeah, they start because of the holdout. Yeah. All good, Ali. Appreciate tuning in. Cam Cameron being considered for worst coach of all time? Yes, he should be. Because I think the Bears were one that year. I think the Bears were one. The Bengals were one. Third and 10. Tiamu, they send 3. Pressured. Escapes the sack. Rolling out. Throwing on the run. Caught at the 29-yard line. Roland does it again. Gain of 14. They have the lowest possible seeded storm that year? I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. So we already talked about 3 seeds and 4 seeds winning. First and 10. Play action. Looking. Diving grab. Caught. Powell holds on to that with the 45-yard line. Another first down for DC that's going to end the first quarter. Defenders looking sharp so far. Got a touchdown last drive. We're going to get another one here. So we go to the second. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, help set it on the channel, put a poll up. Who wins this game? Did I say the answer for the question? What was the question? Yeah, I said 88 Niners is my guess. I'm going to go 88 Niners. The only non-divisional winner to win a wild card game in the 97-98 playoffs. Oh, Denver. Denver was a 4. Because KC won the division that year. Denver. That one's Denver. Arkansas advances. You know, Denver, they beat Jacksonville the wild card round. They beat KC and they beat Pittsburgh. After that. Correct. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. So the 89ers. Let's go. Oh, that's what I mean. Okay, that's what I mean. So, well, 7's number 1. 82 was 8, right? The 8 didn't win. Okay, that's what we're talking about. OC was 4. 75 to 77. Well, no wild card 1. Cowboys were the closest. They made the Super Bowl, but they didn't win. 5 seed. I don't think the 5 ever won it from 78 to 89. The 5 never won. Because the Raiders were the 4 at 80. Raiders were the 4 at 80. 90 to 19, the 6. The 6. Well, the 5 won with the Giants. Denver is correct if I look at the Vikings. You know, yeah. There's this. Denver was wild card. 6 seed to win. I don't think a 6 has ever won. No, Steelers. Wait, Steelers. Steelers won Super Bowl 40. Never mind. Steelers won Super Bowl 40. Arizona 182. Yep, set them boys on the road. Yep. Mariners first win since the loss of the Switch 2. There you go. There you go. The curse is over. These are Steelers as the 6. They won. I think that's the only one. Packers as well. In 2010. How long until 17 wins all? It's going to be a while. I think. The gap between the haves and the have-nots is very, very big right now. The 17th walkout, both ones was the 90 Giants. Yep, they beat the Niners and the Bills. For the O2 realignment, the best wildcard team got a host wildcard round game. Yep. It made sense back then. Like, well, like the name of the playoffs used to make sense. Wildcard round used to be the 4 plays the 5. Right, Packers won as a 6, Steelers won as a 6. Yeah. Used to be the wildcard round was just wildcards playing each other. Divisional round was all the division winners get a bye into that round. And now the names make no sense. Speaking of Lions go 0-16, someone made a comment the other day saying that the Lions would have gone 0-6, 10-6 if they had Manning throw to Calvin Johnson. No, no chance. No chance. They're better, but they're not. Doesn't fix how bad the defense was. They're not one of the games that Switch 2 lost. The Pacers are the only team to win since the Switch 2 launched. Makes you think. If correctly guessed, last time New York voted more Republican than the nation at large. I know 84 they went red. Everyone went red in 84. One the top, one the bottom. They give here to Smith. Smith to the 50. First down, diving ahead to the 45. First run for him today gets into plus territory. So I'm going to guess. I know 84 they did vote that way, but the public at large? Oh, let's just go 1908 on that one. Let's go 1908. Worst team make Super Bowl ever? Worst team ever make it. 08 Cardinals, I would say. Screen pass caught by Roland to the 40 and down to the 35, brought down by Cameron Kelly. Every 1v1 Super Bowl. Oh, I gotta think about that one. There's been a lot of them. Second and 1. Right, it's not 84. Right, it's not 84. I'm guessing 1956. Ooh. NFL line 8 seed eliminated first round. No, they should not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not on that one. Second and 1, hand off to Smith. He'll get down to the 31-yard line. Abram Smith, gain of 4. Another nice long drive here. The division winners literally did not used to play Wildcard Weekend. Literally, division winners used to not play Wildcard Weekend. Wildcard Weekend used to be the 4 plays the 5. And there were 3 divisions. So Wildcard Weekend used to be literally just the wildcards. Dolphins are tough for starting the cold. The cold is soft for not being Miami. That's one way to look at it. Right, let's say, yep. Hand off here, Smith. Spins around down to the 25. Second and 5. Yeah, 40 was a weird one. Field goal because they don't get the Switch 2. Yeah, I don't get the appeal of getting a console right away, though, because there are not a lot of games. No, they should not add an 8 seed. It should be a reward for getting the bye. Plus, you had 50% of the field in the playoffs. I'm not crazy about that at all. Football equivalent of Ronald Reagan, a player who was universally admired at the time but became more of a polarizing figure afterwards in terms of on-field. Ooh. Second and 4. Out route. Caught. Powell. Close to the sticks. Okay, so it became more polarizing after they died. Like universally loved at the time, polarizing after they died. Ooh. First down at the 20-yard line. I would say the first World Series champs knock up both ones. Ooh. First and 10. Hand off to the sides of the 20. 15. 10. 5. Down to the 3. Big run there by Deion Jackson. Get a 17. Right. Oh, after they retired? Oh, after they retired. Not after that. Okay, after they retired. Brett Favre. It's Brett Favre. It's definitely Brett Favre on that one. It's definitely Brett Favre. Brett Favre was loved back in the day. No one said a bad word about Brett Favre. And now, oh man. 5 on the play clock. Can say I'm going to get this one off. They will not. Timeout. Yeah, there's a lot of 1v1 Super Bowls. There have been a lot of them. So I was like, I probably can't do it like right now because we got a lot to talk about. There were a lot of them. First and goal at the 3. Say it was 70 to show up in the playoffs. I mean, to be fair, this is only a second playoff game. I mean, but it's not pretty right now. And DC won in the Dome earlier this season. St. Louis won last game, but again, backups played, so can't really put too much stock into that game. That was just a get it over with kind of game. DC knows how to get past this team. We will see a first-time champion regardless. DC has never won before. They made it to the championship once, the XFL championship in 23, lost to Arlington. St. Louis never won before, never made it to the championship. Michigan, it's the opponent. First and goal after the timeout. Ball to 2. They give up the middle. Stuffed, but keep the pile moving. Touchdown! Deion Jackson keeps the pile moving, and DC up by 2 scores. Touchdown, Deion Jackson. St. Louis fans, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, but DC's for real. Lead by 2 scores, his 5th rushing touchdown of the year. Yeah, Birmingham lost. A 7th seed make the Super Bowl. It would have to be a team that has an injured quarterback that then gets healthy and plays well at the right time. It has to be a situation like that. I don't think a healthy 7's ever making it. So offense that pick like D'Amico Ryans when his Sharkman's text were on the field. 2-point try. Trips to the bottom. Teamu, back of the end zone, caught. Powell, a rifle. 14-0. And a big lead for DC so far. They lead by 2 touchdowns. Back-to-back scoring drives by the defenders. And you can sense the sense of deja vu in the Dome. They put the championship game in St. Louis. Will we see a home team in the title game or no? For the 2nd straight year. Well, they're not going to fire Becht. They're not firing Anthony Becht. You have to remember, too, UFL's not really in a position to fire coaches. Bengals made and defense played more so. Yes, I could have. Yeah, that I could have seen. That I could have seen. If Packers made it to the Super Bowl, they could have. They could have gone that year. Without Love. And can't forget how bad. You can't forget how bad their kicker was. Reggie Barlow's no. Reggie Barlow left. Barlow left a week before the season. Moore's the new coach. He left to go to the HBCU ranks. So Reggie Barlow is no longer there. Eventually, every team in a division makes the playoffs. I think so at some point, yeah. At some point, it's going to happen. Only one Super Bowl, and now the top 2 seed represent either conference. Now the top 2 seed represent either conference. All right. Rams, Bengals. Super Bowl 56. Rams, Bengals. Rams were 4. Bengals were a 4 as well. Adam with the 279. Appreciate you, man. Looks like the crowd's very small. I mean, by St. Louis standards, I think there's going to be about 30,000 in there. Maybe about 30,000. Appreciate you. Which game do you want? Do you want Yankees, Royals, or Cardinals, Brewers? Appreciate you a ton, man. Appreciate you with the tour. You have to remember, small by their standards, by St. Louis standards, is very different. And small by the rest of the standards. Like, every other team would kill to have that kind of crowd. Man, this is one that you wish Ford Field was hosting. If St. Louis can't do it, you wish Ford Field was hosting, because they would pack that place. Michigan attendance increasing on a year-to-year basis. They would pack Ford Field. UFL championship be somewhere else next year? Depends how this one does attendance-wise. I could see Michigan next year. Following Super Bowl matchup has never taken place. Jaguars, anyone? Okay, well, this is an easy question. Broncos, Cowboys was 12. Washington, Oakland. That's a trick question. It's a trick question. Oakland. Wasn't Oakland. It was LA. Super Bowl 18. Super Bowl 18. It's a trick question. I'll see through your tricks. I'll see through your tricks. Washington, Oakland didn't take place. That was LA. I'll see through you. Cowboys, Dolphins was 6. Chargers, Irish was 29. Broncos, Cowboys was 12. I see through your tricks. You can't fool me. You can't fool me on that one. Which game do you want, Adam? For the, you better the CFL game, absolutely. Kickoff fielded at the 10-yard line. Taking to the 20, breaks the tackle to the 25, and that's where Gary Jennings gets brought down. Though all of them did not take place. Oakland. Oakland was not. It was LA. Right, make more traction? Yeah, definitely. Definitely makes sense. I don't think a matchup as low C as 50 is going to happen for a while. I'm with you there. Like, on the gap between the haves and the have-nots is huge. And to go on the road and do that, like, it's a lot. Took some weird one seeds, too. Like, the Titans were not a good one seed. Took a weird set of circumstances. Let me know what you want. Otherwise, just put to a vote. Appreciate you, man. Yankees, Royals, or Cardinals, Brewers for Thursday night. Doug in the middle of the field. That ball is caught by his tight end. To 35, hurdles a man to the 40-yard line. Gain of 15 yards. Jake Sutherland, his first grab of the day. Jake Sutherland with the hurdle. That gets the drive started on the right foot. Right, 6 was Cowboys-Dolphins. Yes, that was 24-3. Only 3 champions in the World Series to defeat 2 teams from the same state during their playoff run. Ooh. 1st and 10. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Duggan pump fakes. Step it up. He's going to look to take off and run to the 45-yard line. That's where he goes down. You know, assuming it's got to be teams in California. Well, there's no other way it could happen. It's got to be teams in California. How's the planning going? Planning happens after this game. That's why we're not doing overtime tonight. That's why we're not doing OT. 2nd and 4. Ball at the 46. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. It's got to be California teams. Hand off here. Sailors makes 2 men miss. Trucks his way ahead to the 43-yard line. Nice hard running there. Brought down by Dennis Johnson and Phillips. It was actually just Phillips on that one. Kyle Phillips, number 98, not number 91. Right, good run TSU would only reinforce that. It would. Playing for my Disney trip. Yeah, the Aero Camp thing is football flying out. It could be. It could be. You know, my sister graduated. So we're going to Disney World for a week in August. So we're going to plan that tonight. Duggan, pressure, has to over the sack, cannot. Brought down for the 2nd time today. Thrown down by Phillips and Mincy. To the teams from Cali, one answer is not Cali. Ooh, okay. I gotta think about this one. And 2 teams win Super Bowl after losing the previous year. 2nd and 14. Man. Second and 14, 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top. Handoff here. Nothing doing for Howard, his first give of the day. Mickey Mouse a Jaguar fan? No. Mickey Mouse roots for good teams. Going to Disney World, there you go. Kings are planning to do. We're hitting all of them. We're gonna be there a week. We're gonna hit everything. Only 1 answer tally? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm stumped. I'm stumped on this one. 2 teams to win the Super Bowl after losing in the previous year. Dolphins won 7 after losing 6. Dolphins won 7 after losing 6. 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom. So Dolphins are one of them. 3rd and 14. Duggan gonna look to take off and run. He's sacked at the 49. 2 sacks on this drive. Brought down by Derek Roberson. And they'll have to punt this ball away. You have to punt it. It's 4th and 18. You cannot go for this. And the other one, the Patriots lost Super Bowl 52 and then 153. How's it going, Mama? Appreciate it. Why are you punting? Because it's 4th and 18. Because you're not going for on 4th and 18 in your own territory. Right? Right. 1 game playoffs. I don't think 1 game playoff back then counts. The punt here. So that's game 163. Fair call at the 15-yard line. Oh, I misinterpreted the question. I thought from their own state. I misinterpreted it. I thought it was from your own state. Never mind. I misinterpreted. I thought it was 2 teams from their own state. I was like, that's what was so many. I thought it was from their own state. My bad on that. After the kick, personal foul against DC. So DC will get the ball at the 8-yard line. Right, fourth and about 98, many 58-yard plays in the league, pretty much. So personal foul, move it back to about the 2-yard line. Fair catch interference. It was on. They called it on the receiving team. Right? Right, they called it on the receiving team. Yeah, it's not fair catch interference. Called it on the receiving team. I'll be more likely to be on a 3 score, so I don't get the impossible 4th and 18. Yep, pretty much. So ball will be at the 2-yard line for DC. They're pinned. Won't count that once. So that's all good. All good. Sooners swelled their pride and brought back McCarron with the other quarterback when Wilkins got hurt. I've always been skeptical on Duggan as a thrower. I've always been skeptical on him as a passer. I mean, he's got a 1-to-1 interception touchdown ratio. Oh, yeah, it was a late hit, yeah. I was going to say, it wasn't fair catch interference. Your chances of getting 4th and 18, only if you have to do it. There's no way in the second quarter, in your own territory, you're doing it. That would be insane. Right, gotta do it sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Keyword being sometimes. Like, obviously, if there are 2 minutes left in the game, you gotta do it. But not in the second quarter. What team was the most amount combined appearances over a 5-year span? Ooh, alright. Combined Super Bowls appearances and conference style appearances 5-year span. Most of each category of 1 team. Okay. So the Bills have 12 from 90 to 93. The Bills' number would be 12. The Chiefs have to be up there. Conference title appearances and Super Bowl appearances would be the past 5 years. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They've been in 4 plus 2 plus 5. Get some 11. I think it's the Bills. Maybe the Bills. Did you just see the 3 teams the Jags played twice in the playoffs? All right. Have played at least twice. Okay, played at least twice. Addition to the Steelers, Broncos, 96, 97. Patriots, many times. 96, 98, 05, 07, 17. And the other team we played twice in the playoffs, or multiple times, I should say. 1st and 10. That would be... So there's a bunch of movement there. I'm not even sure that play happened. The other team would be Buffalo, 96 and 17. I think the 1 3 Chiefs. Gets you 12, yeah. That gets you 12. Super Bowl champs to defeat 2 teams from the same state. Okay, so this is not... So, okay. Offside on the defense. Move it up 5 yards. 1st and 5. Those will the playoffs like you usually do. I think this is going to be their year. So, the champs to defeat 2 teams from the same state during their run. All right. How many champions am I thinking of? The offside calls the bad snap. 1st and 5. Tamo keeps himself, spins ahead to the 10, down to the 11. How many teams am I thinking of? And muscles ahead. That might be close to the first down. Might be close to the first down. Who has Washington played multiple times since 99? Seattle. Played Seattle a lot in the playoffs. They'll give him the first down. They'll give him the first down at the 12-yard line. Yeah, Buccaneers. Seattle's in there too. Oh, I didn't know. I haven't looked at the answer. Oh. All right. 3 at the bottom of the screen. First down. Tayamu slam pass. That ball's caught to the 20. Down to the 21. Gain of 8. Okay, so let me think about this one. From the same state. So you would need... You would need Jets, Giants. Obviously that hasn't happened. To defeat multiple teams from the same state. Cowboys, Texans has not happened. A Florida run 2nd and 2. Pump fake Tayamu. Deep down the field. Incomplete. Looking on the play for Braylon Sanders. Brings up 3rd and 2. What the Chiefs have done in a short time, the Stanley Cup era is incredible. Yes, absolutely. Fan failure. Wait, what? I did not see that. Oh my God, I did not see that. Oh my God, that's awful. That is awful. McDermott to get the Bills past the division round? Yeah, I think at that point they might make a move. Conference championship, they won't. They won't. 3rd and 2. One at the top of the screen. Tayamu takes the snap. Gonna give it. Breaks the tackle. First down. Jackson down to the 31. Gain of 10. A big conversion there. Keeps the St. Louis defense on the field again. You would need, let's see, for that run, you would need, you could do California. You've seen a Raiders, Chargers, Niners run. Yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know. Yeah, Pats, Steelers, and Eagles. Yep, that counts. Pennsylvania counts. 1st and 10. We never got Chiefs, Rams. Out route, that ball's caught at the 36-yard line by Powell. We never got Chiefs, Rams run. Never got that. UFL soccer, yes, UFL soccer. Second and 4. Beaten multiple times. Ooh, man. 2nd and 4. Tayamu scrambles. Escapes the sack, fires on the run. That ball's caught at the 41-yard line. Caught by Smith. Gain of 5. They were overrated? I'll fix you on that. If anything is underrated. If anything is underrated. It wasn't a Bengals-Browns run at one point. Steelers. Oilers and then Cowboys. Steelers, Oilers, Cowboys. Tayamu. Pump fake. Fires. Intercepted. Miscommunication. Picked off. Miles Jones. Out of bounds. In the red zone. St. Louis back in this thing. The momentum shift they needed. Yes, Steelers for Super Bowl 13. Beat the Oilers in the AFC Championship, then beat the Cowboys. Miles Jones with the interception. His first pick of the season. What a time to get it. As DC was driving. Oh, geez, a 6-year stretch. Yep. Yeah, that's insane. First down for the Battlehawks. Can they take advantage here? Walk Judge every time it comes to the plate. You know, there is some logic to that, potentially. Yeah, Judge did not get a hit yesterday. 3 strikeouts. I think he's back. Yeah, we should have gone for a 4th and 18. Yep. First down in the red zone. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It helps us out on the channel. About 3 minutes to go in the first half. We're not doing OT tonight. Just keep that in mind. We're not doing OT. I might be live later tonight, though. Might be live later tonight afterwards. I'm not sure. Dumb decision works out. I've seen that before. Dumb decisions that work out. The Jaguars called timeout once on 3rd and 26 to avoid delay of game. I'm like, what are you doing? They score a touchdown on the next play. I'm like, okay. Well, that actually worked. Favorite player on rival teams. Revis for the Jets. Ricky Williams, Dolphins. Bills was Molds. I liked Watt a lot for the Texans. I love watching Peyton Manning play. I had nothing against T.Y. Hilton, too. I hated him against us, but... And Derrick Henry's just so much fun to watch. I do love Earl Campbell. I don't even know if that counts, because the Jags weren't even a thing back then. a series on teams that made dumb decisions that actually worked. There's been a few of them. There's definitely been a few of them. If Jalen wins another, Jalen Hurts? Yes. Yeah, 3 appearances. Everyone with 3 rings is in. Or 3 appearances in the Hall of Fame that is eligible. Hurts to be in the Hall of Fame, yes. Hurts to be that. Right, Chiefs started 78. Yeah, that's a great example of that. I've not done a video on that game yet, but it's got to come at some point. At some point, we got to talk about the craziest dumb decision that worked out. Because that was insane. Speaking of dumb decisions, the promotion that the Chargers ran in 1991. Really, really bad. Really bad. It was one of the dumbest promotions of all time. Their average attendance was about 49,000. They ordered 62,000 hats. They had 13,000 hats left over, or 20,000 hats left over, actually. So that was the average attendance. But it gets even worse. If you click that link above, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. First down the 20-yard line. 78 $2 04 Pats, 28 Pats. 20 Pats. Yep, there you go. First down the 21. Duggan. Play action. Deep shot. Back shoulder. Looking for Akeem Butler. Incomplete. But P.I. They're going to get DeAndre Baker. P.I. takes his helmet off in frustration, too. Now they're testing the secondary. The former first-round pick. Are they going to get P.I. on this one? I think that's what the call is going to be. Bridgewater should have been Super Bowl MVP instead of Peyton. Yeah, Peyton did not serve it that year. Math was not math for that promotion. It was not. But it gets even worse. I'm not going to spoil it. But it gets even worse. Akeem Butler. Bit of a down year, relatively speaking, due to the injuries. But still finished the year as the leading receiver on the team with 300 yards. For last year just being unstoppable. Averaging over 23 yards per grab. They'll get pass interference on DeAndre Baker. And then after the play, on sportsmanlike conduct on Baker. Because you can't toss your helmet like that. And he's got to be careful again. This is a secondary that already lost Kelvin Joseph after the drunk driving incident. And even if you want to super challenge that, you can't because the unsportsmanlike conduct would not get negated. But yeah, that's clearly P.I. He's tugging the collar. That's very obviously P.I. Like, that's not even close. That's very obviously pass interference. I'm not sure what he's upset about. He was literally tugging the collar. Baker can be livid all he wants, but that's P.I. all the way. First and goal at the 2-yard line. As a result, to the top of the screen. Handoff. Touchdown. Sailors. St. Louis right back in this thing. 14-6. Jacob Sailors. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? His 6th rushing touchdown of the year. You know, yeah, Marvin Harrison was a choker in the playoffs. I know excited about how hard it's to keep a helmet on? Yeah, you would think. And just like that, this scheme has flipped on its head. Oh, that's really bright. I think it's a bit too bright. Would not look good for the uniforms either. NFL Gelman pick, yep. 14-6. They're going to go for 2. It was 14-0. DC was driving. Now they're going to go for 1. It's like Aaron Martinez against David Ortiz. Yep. Jackson motions. Duggan in the pistol. Could be a jet sweep pass to Jackson. That play was busted from the start. A jet sweep pass. Joe Wallace on the stop. So they will only get the 6. The Bears have won what has to be MVP, probably. I would say yes on that. DC was cruising. Only unforced errors would have stopped them from scoring on that drive and making it potentially a 3-score game. Instead, it's down to a one-score game as they take advantage of the turnover, the pass interference. 14-6 the score. Yeah, Quinn kicked it, yes. If I had demonstrated back then, yeah, he would have been destroyed. I'm not going to do a video on that only because, yeah, that's a happy medium, yeah. Because Secret Base already did a video on that covered everything better than I could have. So, Secret Base already covered that. So, I cannot do a dumb decision on that, but just know that it would have been a video at this point. We'll have more coming soon. We'll have more dumb decisions coming soon. Gotta find some more historical archive dumb decisions. Jaguars-Packers has to come at some point. Jaguars-Packers 2016 has to come at some point. Man, I get why Ortiz was giving free passes by Cardinals pitchers. I get it. I completely get it. He was so clutch in the playoffs every single time you need him to do something. Congrats, Dan Quinn. A dumb decision is so dumb that I can't even do an episode of dumb decisions on it because it's already been covered. Yeah, literally. It would be pretty bad. Be pretty bad. I'm pretty sure you guys doing if you like what you like, subscribe. Yeah, throw that extra point play in the trash. Yep. Throw that play in the trash. That play was busted from the start. He pulls Mabum. Yeah, Mabum the playoffs in 2014. We're never going to see anything like that again. Guy pitches the 6th game and then decides I'm going to close the game in the 7th. I mean, what was the game? That game was 2015. The Quinn kick was 2015. Jaguars Packers should have been 31. We're going to a fun one. Serbius still my thunder. Well, Serbius was the inspiration for what I do. Like, Serbius was the inspiration for what I do, so. Yeah, CB 26, I think so, yeah. I think so. Yeah, if they need multiple possessions, that would make it even worse, yep. The Broncos collapsed, all they needed was one game. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I did a video on that. A long time ago, I did a video on that, Mr. Mime. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me see if I can find it. Worst collapse, Jaguar Gator 9. Yeah, literally, they had a 3-game lead with 3 to go. And remember, too, the Broncos were 4-8, or the Chargers were 4-8. They were down by multiple scores with 2 minutes to go against the Chiefs. So the Broncos had that thing locked up. Yeah, the Bucks collapsed that year. The Broncos collapsed that year. That was a year of collapses. Eagles Commies week 11 last year on a field goal. Did I? I forget if I did. I don't think I did. I did one on the Hail Mary. I did one on the end of the game, on the end of the first half. Kickoff return to the 36. Yeah, I did one on the end of that, of the first half. Mabum belongs to Cooperstown. His D-backs career was enough to sour it, though. Now, Lincecum's a different story. Lincecum, Lincecum, I have no problem putting in Cooperstown. Madbum, no. Madbum, no. Play making more documentaries? Yes. Yes. It's hard to do documentaries, but yes, absolutely. There's still some Patreon request videos that are really long, but we're going to do some more documentaries. Just very hard to get those in order. This takes some time, but hopefully. Trips to the top of the screen. Gotta find the right story for it, too. Hand off down to the 39-yard line. Yo, season was crazy. Oh, man. And the playoffs? I mean, who thought the Cardinals were going to be there? Larry Fitzgerald just went super sicko mode in the playoffs. Then Super Bowl 43. Steelers-Ravens AFC Championship. You got a field goal on 4th and goal with the 1 early in the first quarter tied 0. I would go for it. You go for it there. Because you either get a touchdown or you have great field position. 2nd and 7. Out route, that ball's caught. First down, makes a man miss, makes a second man miss. Jukes him out of shoes out to the 41-yard line. And Seth Williams, the man who caught the touchdown with his second grab of the game. First down for the defenders. Glazing Jazz on 8. I mean, ESPN's not good at covering baseball. How was Broncos collapsed in 06? What? No, 08. 08. First down. But they did collapse in 06. Te'amu, slide down to 34. So basically, all the Broncos had to do, week 17, 06, they also choked in 06. It wasn't collapse. Collapse feels like multiple games. 2-minute warning. Yeah, Broncos have the record for most multi-game division collapses. They have to. So, a choke is you lose one. A collapse is you lose a bunch. Right, bad streak for the D-backs this weekend. 3 losses in 24 hours. Yeah, that'll kill all the good vibes. And Burns, Tommy John, and Mena something. Yeah, it's not great. Not great. Now I'm going to switch to. Going to get the Xbox Ally. Ooh. Right, they start 7-2. The other thing, too, with the Broncos, remember, the final week of the season. Final week. They play the 49ers at home. 49ers are crap. The Niners have nothing to play for. They have nothing to play for. All you gotta do is beat the Niners at home. And you're double-digit favorites, so you lose that game. Jags, yeah, the Jags have a lot of collapses, but not division collapses. Jags didn't have division collapses. Oh, 2010 they did. But the other ones were just for the wild card. It wasn't division collapses. I did a video on that Broncos-Niners game. It was just terrible, terrible coaching. I did a video on that one a while ago. It's funny, too. Fun story about that game was the score bug was different. It was like the regional score bug because something happened in the truck. And the Broncos were up by multiple possessions in the second half. You probably start 6-0, and I missed the playoffs with Josh McDaniels. Yeah, Washington, 96. Started, what, 7-1? 23 Jaguars? Yeah, that was a collapse, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking just Del Rio, but yeah. Yeah, but 96 Washington, I did a video on that game. An offside penalty changed everything. If it wasn't for an offside penalty, I think Washington makes the playoffs that year. Did a video a while ago, but if that didn't happen, the Browns game week 1 was Wayne Rudd too well known. It's a bit too well known, unfortunately. And copyright would be just out the wazoo because NFL's covered that before. But the Dwayne Rudd game, yeah, that was iconic. Favorite implosion, Kingdom. Mike Thomas and Mary happened. I thought they'd win the Super Bowl. Oh no, I didn't. No, their defense sucked that year. I can't even tell you who the best corner on the best secondary player on the team was. I don't even know. Derek Cox? He wasn't even that good that year. Who would the best secondary player be? I mean, they cut Anthony Smith. I thought they were going to make the playoffs that year, but not win the Super Bowl. First down the 34-yard line. Right, Chiefs got in. They got a crazy way, too, because they need everyone to lose. Jaguars to lose if they play the Jaguars. Titans to lose, Bengals to lose, and Broncos to lose the final week. They need everything to happen. Handoff gain of 9 down to the 25. Like, they were literally... They entered the final week as the number 10 seed. They literally entered as the number 10 seed the final week. They needed to win their game against Jacksonville, Tennessee to lose to New England, Cincy to lose to Pittsburgh, and Denver lose to San Fran. Jacksonville doesn't pull off the miracle that win against Dallas, missed the playoffs by a mile. Oh, fiction on that. No, fiction. In 22, fiction. No. No, we didn't need that game. We didn't need that game at all. First down. Ball to 25. Te'amu. Slam pass, incomplete. I mean, Boom seen this game? I get a solid 3. You get a solid 3 Boom so far. You know, the Jaguars did not need that game. The Jaguars, even if they lost that game, it would still be winning in. The Cowboy game didn't change anything. Because the Cowboy game, remember, the Cowboy game after that, you played the Jets and you played the Texans. Nothing was stopping the Jags from winning those games. Texans were crap that year. The Jets with Zach Wilson were crap. So nothing was stopping them from winning that game. I went in... Yeah, they didn't need that game. 2nd and 10. I went in thinking... That's incomplete. I went into that thinking, okay, we got to go 2-1. And if we went 2-1, the Titans went 2-1. It's winner take all. The only way... The final 3 weeks of the season, because we got the first game against Tennessee. Now, the Raven game is different. The Raven game, I think we missed playoffs by a mile. I think that game changed everything. But basically, the final 3 weeks before the Week 18 game, The Jaguars, all they have to do is not be worse than the Titans over that 3-game stretch. And then week 18 will be winning, you're in. That's all that had to happen. So, timeout, more of one left. Jaguars lost 96. I think they did, yeah. It was all for nothing. Yep, all for nothing. So funny, too, with the Chiefs. So funny, because the Colts' run defense was crap that year. They allowed 375 yards to the Jaguars with Fred Taylor, MJD. And they have them shut down the Chiefs' run game. I'm like, wait, what? How'd they do that? How'd they do that? Yeah, so I was thinking, if the Jaguars go 2-1 in the next 3 games, the Titans, as long as they don't go 3-0, we're okay. And I think they were going 3-0. So it's like, we can afford to lose the Cowboy game. I want to win it. National TV, it's the national 1 o'clock game, right after it was a lead out to the World Cup final, maybe the greatest soccer match of all time between Argentina and France. And I'm like, okay, I really want to win this game. Yeah, but then they played the Jets and the Texans after. I'm like, we're not losing those games. As long as they don't make mistakes, we're not losing those games. So I was like, we're gonna go 2-1. If we go 2-1, we're okay. The Cowboy game was when I was like, okay, it's gonna happen. We're gonna play week 18. We're guaranteed to play week 18, basically. But we didn't need that game. Mike Hollis was a very good kicker. He made the Pro Bowl for a reason. He was a very good kicker in Jacksonville. Yeah, 79 wildcard team. 79 team upstate the Saints in the wildcard. Absolutely. 3rd and 10. Beastquake. Tayamu escapes the sack. Fires on the run. That ball's caught. Breaks the tackle to the 20. Down to the 16. You figure St. Louis will call timeout here. Chris Rowland on the grab. Gain of 8. Clock is stopped. The Battlehawks call timeout. Jags with the Chiefs. They win Super Bowl. I think they make it. I don't think they win. I'm not sure our run defense would stop the Eagles, but I do think we make it. Hey, how I picked up Peyton Manning? Yep. Texans side Nick Chubb? Yep. He's not the same player he was. I love the Texans running back room is Mixon and Chubb. It's like, okay, we're building the best running back room of 2019, but we'll see what happens there. I like Chubb. 4th and 2. We'll see what they decide to do here. Field goal makes it a 2-score game, so you figure they're going to kick the field goal here. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe to this game over on Fox. Thank you guys for making this number one place to watch the UFL. Do I really think we beat the Bengals? I do. I think it's a close game, but I do think we beat the Bengals. We played neck and neck with them in 2021 with a worse roster. I think we do. We play well against them. Right, Mr. would be in a... It was so funny, too, because I flew into... They're going to go for it. Whoa. No, they're just trying to get him a jump. They're trying to get him a jump. They're not going for it. They're not going for it. They're trying to get him a jump. So that will send Matt McCrane out for the field goal. Scobie is the best kicker of all time? Yes. But if you ask me, yeah, if I need a clutch kick, Scobie is who I'm taking. It's funny, too, because I flew back into Phoenix after the Charger game. And I saw the signage for the Super Bowl, and I'm like, okay, we really need to make this one. Whenever happened to Bruce Coslet, oh, man, what a bad coach he was. What a bad coach he was. Right, load off, take a little work off Mixon. Yep, jump to stay healthy. Right, DC, yeah, go off the field goal. That's the right call. Yeah. Well, you're thinking, Mr. Rhyme, that's different. That's 2017. That was 2017. Saxonville, that was great with Ramsey and Boye. Boye was allowing a pass rating 31, and he wasn't even the best corner on the team. McCrane, 34-yard try. He's not been great this year. 14 for 20. He's had a couple of kicks blocked. Enters this game on a bit of a cold streak, but 34 yards to make it 2 scores. Barry on the snap. Brooks the hold. And it's right down the middle, 17-6. With 1:06 to go in the first half. 11-point game. I thought Bear should have signed Chubb. He's not the same guy he was. Chubb is slower now. 1 too many injuries. Hamlin gets the win. Oh, man. 57 wins already for Hamlin? Wow. Suppose he won 1 every 11 races? That's great. Yeah, collapse ideas. 2016 Falcons. Although they kind of already did the Falcons with the documentary. Pat's Dynasty. That will happen at some point. 80 Celtics, 15 Broncos. And I watch will be a fun one. Because just how far things fall after Joe Gibbs leaves. Yeah, Jags, if they were in the NFC, they would have made some Super Bowls. I think so. I think they would have made it to a few. Being in the NFC South would have helped a lot over those years. Being in the NFC South would have helped. And they signed J.K. Dobbins, yeah. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. And on Pat's collapse. Well, that was also, there were a lot of off-the-field stuff for the Patriots that year. 60 Falcons served its own collapse episode. I guess. I mean, they covered a lot in the documentary. My top 4 grades video. He does very long videos. He does very long vids. Chiefs leg is insane. Yes. Yes, I will say. Some of the roads they get, yeah. But then again, I'm not sure how much of it's luck. I'm not sure how much of it's luck. I mean, 2020 and 2022, Mahomes got hurt in the playoffs and they still won those games. 09 Giants through the collapse. I would say no on that. Not anything out of the ordinary. Nothing out of the ordinary. Yeah, Andre Johnson, Cortland Finnegan. Oh, man. Whew. That was fun. God, Finnegan and Johnson. It was just hell must-see TV back then. So you had Aaron Foster, MJD, Chris Johnson. I mean, you had some good guys in that division. Very okay, by the way. Ooh, stay safe. Especially, yeah, I'm surprised on that one, too. Or like, we had one Charger back. Didn't work out well for us, Melvin Gordon. We're not going to take a chance on the second one. I mean, Jazz signing baseball. That's a free $15,000 Jazz's way. Pats got lucky against the Chiefs. Yeah, the D Ford offside, and there was also that bad penalty in the third quarter. Yeah, Packers went one and done, yeah. The Hail Mary at the end of the first half. Was that Akeem Nicks that caught it? Field at the 2-yard line, taken to the 20, and out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Hit on the play by Ojimita. Gary Jennings, 1 minute on the dot. 2 timeouts for St. Louis to get something before the half. Last drive, touchdown off the great field position. Yeah, Jags fumble, yep, and the questionable. Well, it wasn't a questionable hit. That was a blatantly out of bounds hit. Riven something else. Yeah, that was a good peanut punch though. That was a good peanut punch. Greenlaw hurt. Yeah, that was luck. Yeah. One of the top, 2 of the bottom. Duggan. Comeback route. Caught. Did he get out of bounds? Did not. Frank Darby, his first grab of the day, the former Falcon ASU wideout, but did not get out of bounds, so that will not stop the clock. 2nd and 6. Two of the top, 2 of the bottom. Duggan takes the snap. They send 4. Got the swing pass if he wants it. Second to fire deep down the field. That ball's dropped. Oh, Gary Jennings, that was dropped. That was dropped. Oh, man. Jennings was open. Euro cycle to cycle with a fiber. Appreciate you, man. Which game do you want? Do you want Yankees Royals or Cardinals Brewers? Great show as always. My friend Matt just had the Cardinals come out with non-binary. I'm very proud of him. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. Everyone should be comfortable in their own skin. Everyone should be comfortable in their own skin. That is awesome. And I'm glad he felt the courage to do that, especially to you. So thank you so much, man, for the fiver. Appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for the fiver. Which game do you want me to do? 3rd and 5, Duggan steps up. Hit as he throws. Loses the football. DC's got it. DC's got it. Picked up by Anthony Hines. With 25 seconds left. DC a chance to get some even more points. I get that, Sports Talk. I get that. But which game do you want Eurocycle? That is awesome, though. I'm so happy for your friend. I'm so happy for your friend. Like, everyone should feel comfortable in their own skin. So, that is awesome. Good for your friend. And you must be a good friend if you had the courage to come out to you. So, that's awesome. Good for you, man. Good for your friend. What a turnover there, Anthony Hines. And appreciate the love and support, Eurocycle. So, just let me know which game you want me to do. Yankees Royals or Cardinals Brewers. Original Guardian hat called the Pro Cap. I didn't know about that. I actually don't know about the Pro Cap. I actually don't know about that. To the top, to the bottom. Tiamu gonna hand the ball up off the middle to the 22-yard line. DC, no timeouts, so I'm not sure why they're running it. I don't get the logic here. They're not running. I don't know what they're doing. They have no timeouts. Why would you run the ball 2nd and 6? I don't get the... I don't get that at all. I couldn't really get that one. They had no timeouts. Least lucky dynasty, 60s Packers. Even that, I mean, 65. 65 should have been a, this for all the marbles? No, so this is for the spot to go to the championship game. So this is a conference championship. Birmingham lost. Birmingham lost to Michigan. So the winner of this game takes on Michigan in the championship on Saturday. Yeah, logic is not strong with that one. McCrane gonna line for the field goal. 3rd and 6. I was surprised you're not calling another play just to stop the clock at like 4 seconds, because St. Louis is going to get the ball back with some time. McCrane, 41-yard try, and now St. Louis calls their second timeout. Trying to ice him. From McCarron. I've never been high on Duggan. Yeah, even the 60s Packers, the 65 conference championship against Baltimore. I mean, Baltimore had to start a running back at quarterback. Baltimore literally started running back at quarterback. I'd say the Browns in the 50s. The 40s AFC Browns are probably the least lucky. Because 65, think about the Packers. Think about that. 65, the Colts have to start a running back at quarterback. The Colts almost win that game. Don Chandler clearly missed the field goal. The referees ruled it good. Clearly missed that kick. Like, they had no business winning that game. So, they were very lucky. 40s Browns were not. 40s Browns were just dominant. 41-yard try after the timeout. Kick is up. It's right down the middle. McCrane 2 for 2. And DC gets some points off the turnover. Again, I don't know why they ran the ball on first down with no timeouts. But 20-6 your score. Seriously, got Manny Wilkins would have got AJ on the phone. I would have too. They've won 6 straight games, but in danger of not winning a 7th, and in danger of the championship game being at a neutral site with DC against Michigan. 4 seconds to go in the quarter. Yeah, Carlos was field goal against Denver 86. Yep. Nice Yanks. And there definitely is an element of luck with some of these dynasties. The Warriors was not luck. The Warriors dynasty was not luck. The Warriors dynasty was just domination. I guess the Kawhi injury is like the only thing. 20-6 your score. Pressure 198. No, the Yankees were dominant in 98. No, the Padres should not have won 98. Former referee, darling Brandon Silvers. It could be a change of back smart. I mean, Silvers did play the last game against DC. They only scored 13 points. But we'll see. I mean, he can't hold onto the ball. I would. Personally, I would. I would change at the half. We saw Birmingham change at the half. They're going to take the kickoff out. Final play of the half. Jackson will go down to 23. And that'll be it. We go to halftime. DC up by 14. 1 week before the season started, they lost their coach. They are now 30 minutes away from going to their second championship game in the last 3 years. St. Louis gets the second half kickoff to start. The dome is silent. Who wins this game? DC, St. Louis. We are at halftime. Again, we have emojis in the chat. Just for either one of these teams. Again, the winner of this game takes on Michigan on Saturday night at 8 o'clock Eastern time in the dome. Rolling Yappa with some fans. So he walks in. Yeah, Jags, yeah. Jags, yeah. Yeah, Battlehawks, duh. I mean, that was clearly not... You can't, like, just retroactively change a play. You're right on that. I think every team said a game they should not have won. Every team said games that they should have won and lost. The best one game said a football score? What was it, like 13-10? You were very hot with the 2 best closers ever, yeah. 30-17 a minor league game? Holy cow. I would have thought like 13-10. Not 30-17. Had to be a PCL game, right? Had to be with the air quality, with the air and whatnot. Well, DC Michigan would have posted anyways. I mean, yeah, they said it was going to be in the Dome regardless and whatnot, but DC had a worse record than St. Louis, and Michigan had a worse record than Birmingham. Bama, yeah, I think 10-2. I think 10-2. If you like what you folks hit that like button, Pioneer. Oh, wow. But yeah, I remember. I know the Jaguar Brown game, the bottle game. Yeah, they never should have played the game afterwards. I mean, the final 4 seconds were only to bring him back out there and take a knee, but yeah. Alpha Wall Street Grand Junction. Holy cow, that's an insane scoreline. So 26-year score. Give you some halftime stats. Thank you guys for making this the #1 place to watch the UFL on YouTube. We got the emojis in to share support for either one of these teams if you are a fan of either one of these teams. But obviously, DC defense, we wondered how they were going to play. Obviously, no Kelvin Joseph. But no issue right now. They allowed 1 touchdown, which came on a pass interference after a turnover by Talamu. Other than that, magnificent. Duggan, 29 yards passing. That's it. 3 for 7. A pass rating of 55.1, and that's not even counting all the times that he's been sacked today. DC's got 3 sacks. They forced 2 fumbles. So in terms of net passing yards, St. Louis, single digits for net passing yards. It's not good. It is not good. And 19 yards lost on sacks, 29 yards. So 10. So actually, my apologies, 10 passing yards. Max Duggan has 10 net passing yards today. I think you gotta take him out. Yeah, Kara versus Weaver. Yeah. Well, Kara was, like, inconsistent. He was great in his peak. How's it going, Edge? I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you being here. Game 2 set tip on a little bit. Yes, we're not doing that game, unfortunately. But we are going to be... I'll be looking at it, obviously. I'll be watching it. We'll be live for every other finals game. Game 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll be live for all that. BC, great first game. Beat the Elks 31-14. Ooh, all right. There we go. There you go. So we're live for every finals game except for this one because we're doing the UFL. I will have it on, obviously, once it starts. It says tip off at 8, but there's no way. There's no way. We know how they operate. This is how he's not touching home plate. I appreciate all you guys being here for this one. We're at halftime, 20-6 your score game. We're not doing overtime tonight. Phillies are the worst. Yeah, they're 1-9 the last 10. You're not wrong. They actually are 1-9 the last 10. I swept by the Pirates. You are not wrong there. So you got no OT tonight because I might be live later tonight afterwards at like midnight. But we're not doing OT. Obviously, if the scheme was overtime, different story. But if you've never been to a Jaden live stream, you have no idea what we're talking about. We usually afterwards hang out for a little bit, do some weird and wacky stuff. Can't do that tonight, unfortunately. But we will be hopefully live later tonight, messing around, playing some NHL 25. I'll practice calling the game so that I can be ready for the real thing. But no promises on whether I'm going to do that tonight or not. Might do it tomorrow before the game. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, but we'll see. Yeah, Cubs look good. I think Cubs win at least 2 of the 3. At least 2 of 3, I think, the Cubs. Because they're playing phenomenally right now. Maybe always a Bochy for the season? Really? I'd be surprised by that. Bochy's one of the best of all time. He just got you a World Series. We'll see what happens there. If you like what you see, folks, like and subscribe. It does help us out on the channel. Cubs Tigers World Series. Who says no? I want the D-backs in, but I'll take that. Rourke played well. Oh, man. Oh, Rourke's a quarterback in BC? Oh, let's go. I love Rourke. He was a Jags legend, preseason legend. I love Rourke. Oh, yeah, I'm taking BC then. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Want Schumacher? Well, that'd be a good hire for them. I want Schumacher, though. I don't like Tori Lamello. I want Schumacher. Cubs and Tigers, that'd be a fun series. Be a really fun series. Did I bring up the curse again? Oh, 20 still. Oh, that sucks for her. She's so good, too. Man. Yeah, Schumacher's going to be a very hot commodity. Very hot commodity. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Again, we're at halftime right now. 26 your score. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. It does help us out on the channel. And if you are a member, we got emojis in the chat. Share for other ways teams using the emojis. DC and St. Louis. Bittersloot is the guard of the sky. She plays on the Chicago Sky. If you missed it earlier today, Michigan with one of the highest scoring game in UFL history. 44-29. They are going to the championship for the first time since the recreation of this league. Made back in 1983 in the original USFL. One of these teams is also going to play them. If DC goes, it will be their second appearance in the last 3 years in their league's championship. Lost to Arlington in the title game in 2023. St. Louis has never made it before. So I'll go all the way. This year will be very depressed. I don't think they're going all the way. I don't think they're going to go all the way. I think Lynx, Liberty, Aces are the clear top three right now. The Golden State had a very good game last time. Golden State, not bad for an expansion team, all things considered. And St. Louis, just 10 net passing yards that half. Not pretty. Try to remember the original USFL fans. Let's go. Indiana Fever. Depends on how Clark looks for getting back on the court. Next trivia question is a game I did a couple months ago. Ooh. All right. USFL champion, the neutral home team this year, or is it going to be the XFL champion? I don't know who the home team's going to be. I don't know. I don't know who the designated. I don't think there would be a designated home team, but the game's in St. Louis. I know that the game's in St. Louis, regardless. Extension, yeah, Golden State. Golden State. Fact or fiction becomes probable. I say fact. Big Stars fan. Let's go. I do have the Stars helmet. Where is the Stars helmet at? Stars helmet is. There we go. See it right there, on the bottom. There we go. Right there. I think it becomes profitable, absolutely, at some point. It's about the TV deals. And the TV deals right now, I mean, ratings are going up, so I think it's going to become profitable. The Valkyries. Go and say Valkyries. They just blew out their opponent the other day. They had like a commanding win. And 20-6 your score. Will they make a quarterback change in the second half? Carter's called Old Gold. I like it. B-Man, man, for 2 months. I appreciate you, man. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is Todd Bowles' seat? I like the spelling of bowels. I like that. Appreciate you, man. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say a 4. I think it's about a 4. Oh, like how NFC and AFC champions rotate? Oh, okay. Who would be the home team? I actually don't know on that. I actually don't know who would be the home team. It would be... Michigan's the home team. Michigan's the home team. Yes, Michigan's the home team. So regardless of what happens, Michigan will be the home team. Your opponent's wrong, yep, but I have no idea they're trying Cleveland again. I don't know why. Philly would be great. Okay, 27-10 win over the Cowboys. 3 Vikings score a touchdown. Who did not score one? Smith, Horde, Carter, Moss. I'm going to guess Carter on that one. Are they in the Chase Center? Is Golden State in the Chase Center? Yeah, they play in the Chase Center. Yeah, they play in the Chase Center. They play in Chase. They play where the Warriors play. Despite, like, botching their entire draft. Like, not a single player they drafted is on the team. People are watching? Probably not many today. Only because NBA Finals, Sunday Baseball. Just it's a busy day. It's a busy day today. Right, San Antonio Leicester, because the UFL pretty much is the XFL just where it is. Yep. Oh, okay. I appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. I'm going to start the second half in just a little bit. And it looks like Brandon Silvers has his helmet on. So I think NBA is on tonight. So just a few minutes. So I think we're going to see Silvers out there. He go fielded by Jackson at the 10. I think Duggan's going to be done. Jennings to the 20, and down to the 25. 57% of you think DC holds on and wins this one. And Silvers is replacing Duggan. Max Duggan pulled from the game. The second time today we've seen a team make a QB switch. And Brandon Silvers, 13 for 18 on the season, played last week against DC. And for just 10 net passing yards, Duggan's done. So Brandon Silvers, the new quarterback. Can he save St. Louis' season? Silvers, curl route, caught. Butler, down to the 32-yard line. Gain of 7, touchdown by Bryce Thompson. And Silvers played last week. He played every snap last week. The game meant nothing. Put a poll up. So Duggan is done. Just 10 net passing yards. Another expansion team? Not this year. Toronto's going to come in, I think, next year. Risking the NBA schedule the final against the UFL playoffs. Yeah, no, I don't think so. 2nd and 3. Well, the Rangers were not good for the last one. Sailors first down. Brought down by the legs by Trey Dean. 35-yard line. Again, no Kelvin Joseph for DC. And even despite that, 10 net passing yards. That's it. If Duggan comes back, we say Max Duggan returns. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I'm going to go 24-58. Neither do I, but I don't think they're any good. 55% of you do not agree with benching Duggan. 55% of you do not think that benching Duggan was the right move. First down. 2 at the bottom. 1 at the top is Pearson. First down. Silvers, 1 for 1 so far to start this game. Checks it down, caught by Sailors. He's 2 for 2, brought down the 48-yard line. In plus territory. Already more net passing yards this drive than they had the entire first half. A bit of rhythm right now. A bit of rhythm right now for St. Louis. And here we go. First down. This game's over the air. It's on Fox. The game's on Fox. I'll see if I can find something, though. I'll see if I can find something. I don't know if I'll be able to find something. In the flat, caught by his tight end, gain of 3. He's 3 for 3 on this drive. That is Chase Allen. He's got as many completions this drive so far as Duggan had the entire first half. You know, this game's over the air. You don't need subscription for Fox. Glad Rourke's back with BC. Yeah, I like Rourke a lot. Didn't work out last year in the NFL when he played with Atlanta, but I did like him a lot in Jacksonville. Raheem 2 starting right now. Have that game on as well. 2nd and 7. Middle of the field, almost picked off. Jumped the route, DeAndre Baker. And the new bug, yeah, it's not. It's so boring for the finals. It really, the presentation sucks for the finals. It feels like every other game. Oh, they superimposed the final trophies on. Wow, that doesn't look cringy at all. Third down. Silver, as soon as he throws, fires to Sailors by the line of scrimmage, spin move, tackled immediately by Thompson. The 44, 4th and 6. I was plural antennas. How's it going, Brody? Tough loss for the Stallions today. Sorry about that, man. Sorry about that one. Got Pacers winning. I got OKC tonight. But antennae in front of insects. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, why is platypus is not platypi? I think they're gonna go for it here. They're going to go for it. Silvers, pressured, steps up, fires, short of the sticks. Incomplete, broken up by Baker. And DC gets the ball back on downs. What a stop for DC. Silvers get St. Louis in a bit of a rhythm, but nothing after they cross the 50. Will they super challenge this for potential PI? They will super challenge. Again, you get one, you get it right, you get a second, you get it wrong, you lose a timeout, and you don't get another super challenge. Or unless the quality, yep. Platypi are dangerous. Let's see, was there PI? There was contact, obviously. Sprint center court. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's PI. Was a dumb penalty, too. Because he was way short of the sticks. Like, that would not have been even close to the first. But I think they're going to win this challenge. Pacers will be the next opening night. Thunder, I would probably guess Nuggets or Timberwolves. That's PI. He made contact before. Now, I'm not crazy about that call because, again, he's way shy of the sticks. But Beck throws that challenge flag immediately. Just hurls that thing. St. Louis, this will be a game-changing challenge if they win this one. After review, they will not win the challenge. There was clearly contact before. And it's clearly PI. It's not a bad challenge at all. It's clearly PI. Did they want to bail him out, though, on a pass that was well short of 6? Either way. He Rizzo Fawcett already up. This is... Yeah. I feel like this is even worse. I feel like the superimposed clip art is even worse. That should have been PI. That should have been PI. There was contact before the ball got there. If that's not PI, I don't know what is. If that's not PI, I don't know what is, to be honest. Because that looked pretty clear to me. I guess the idea with that is, do we want to bail someone out for throwing 5 yards short of the sticks on 4th? But either way, it's PI. It's PI. Instant tournament, it sucks. Instant tournament sucks. Well, the marketing points to the UFL is better fishing, but yeah, it's been worse. The super challenges, I've seen some things where it's like, I don't even know what the rules are anymore. Pro call it bang bang. That's not bang bang. There's no way that's just bang bang. No way that was bang bang. Yes, so many ads on the floor. We're not wrong there. So many ads on the floor. Fishing this year has definitely been worse. First down handoff down to the 49, 50-yard line. Can't promise I'm going to go submit 8 games next season. Too many questions in life. Oh, that's... Oh, man. Well, I'm here if you need anything, man. Here if you need anything. That's a bummer, though. Atlanta Dream. It's not a great name. Yeah, Blandino was way better than Pereira. Pereira is just lifeless at this point. Hand off to the side. Nothing doing for Jackson. Yeah, Pereira is just lifeless. It's not good TV either. Right, they're the only one that has it right with presentation. Yeah, pretty much. Third and 3. Out route caught at the 42-yard line. First down. Gain of 8. He might croak like ever. He might. He honestly might. Wouldn't shock me at this point. Nothing there. 2nd and 9. Only 6 of 13 team share ownership. Yep. It's not the model. Yeah, they keep, like... That is true. They keep trying to think, like, okay. Like, this is a good thing for the league. How can we destroy it? Second and 7. Teamo out route caught. And shy of the 6. Ran out of bounds. Would have been enough for a first down. They just kept going. But Jaden Mickens, the second grab of the day. Shy of the sticks. 3rd and 1. Right out by Cole. 3rd and 1. Will they get the snap off in time? They will not. Timeout called. DC's got 2 left. Christian Campbell, he's playing better lately. You know, Campbell's been playing better. Had that 2 RBI game yesterday and home run here. All right. Yeah, they used to have a team in Miami. The Miami Soul. They used to have a team in Miami. You appreciate all you guys being here for this one. 3rd and 1. When we get back. Do you see this is their first drive of the half? Back-to-back field goals for them. So they look to make it their 2nd title game in the last 3 years. If you like what we see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Help us out on the channel. Got the emojis if you are a member to show us for either one of these teams. Go Cubbies for 11 months now. Appreciate it. We're doing this to game 2. Yeah, this is a playoff game. Yeah, this is a playoff game. That's why. That's a playoff game. Otherwise, we'd be doing game 2. But UFL, this is a playoff game. But we're doing every other game. Every other game for the NBA Finals. Every other game. 2 at the top of the screen. They're going to toss it out. It's a flea flicker play. Teamu hit as he throws. Sideline shot. Caught at the 5. The trickeration works. Down to the 3 goes Powell. Gain of 31. I'm with you there, Sports Dog. That's why I don't like how Toy Level manages this team at times. What a play! A flea flicker with Smith. Teamu hit as he throws. Was being dragged all the way by Miles Jones. Powell somehow makes the play, the one-on-one. Maybe he got away with a push-off, but... Ball to 2. They get the snap off. Handoff up the middle. Touchdown Smith. DC is pouring on. They lead by 3 scores. 26-6. Who saw this coming? Could both home teams go down? Benching Jamar is easily worse by Sip Colts. Yeah, I did not agree with that decision. For one bad throw, Corral's too stilted. Drew Pearson pushed it off. Now, I agree with benching Duggan. Duggan, I agree with benching. But Jamar, I did not agree with benching. Corral has shown nothing in his entire career. They'll go for 1, try to make it a 21-point game. So that pass interference, huge. That pass interference super challenge that did not work. Absolutely huge. Instead of a first down for St. Louis, DC gets it back. Make it a 3-score game. The conversion's no good. Intended pass for Powell goes out of the back of the end zone. Tulsa shock as well. 26-6 the score. Will DC be able to stay in St. Louis for Saturday night? Attendance for the Battlehawks team, 27,589. Yeah, Farrell summons, do I have the Renegades? I do. Yes, I do have the Renegades. I have all the teams. I have every team. I have the Renegades right here. Yeah, this is every team in the original USFL. This is every single team in the original USFL. You know, I don't get it, Brody. I'm right there with you. I don't get it on that. Yeah, we have every team. We got XFL 2020, XFL 2001. We have the whole setup here. They all picked, I'm guessing they all picked the Thunder. Yeah, I've got all the teams. Pats Robin 76, yes. They were. That was a bad call at the end of that game. Yep, next to starts. Yep, everything's alphabetical order. Everything is alphabetical. So if you haven't noticed with the USFL, Arizona, Birmingham, Chicago, Denver, Houston, Jacksonville, LA, Memphis, New Jersey, New Orleans, Oakland, Oklahoma, Orlando, Philly, Pittsburgh, and then there. You know how much Jamar after the St. Louis picks up Benjamin? Yeah, it makes no sense. Well, they don't want to. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely would have changed a lot. That would have changed a lot. Yeah, Harbaugh could have. I think they beat the Broncos in 2013. In 2011, I think they win that game against the Pats. If it gets to that point. You have a 17 days video, click that link above. Talk about one of the worst promotions of all time, involving the Chargers in 1991. It involves the NBA too. It actually does involve the NBA. So keep that in mind. I got Revenge of the Sucker game like 25 years later. Right, all by the safety excuse reasons. Oh, I don't buy it at all. It makes no sense because they have it for the NBA Cup. It's a crap excuse. Oh, we can't do it because it makes things unsafe. Yeah, right. Literally you have it. You put the trophy on for the cup. If the 8th season, the Blitz and Wranglers swapped owners, yes. That's why the Wranglers are for crap to be in the championship. Yeah, that helps a lot. It's like the Colts and the Rams when they swapped owners back in the 70s. Knicks were in the finals with Aver the anthem. It depends who sings it. Depends who sings the anthem. They had a chance to win until that happened. They did. I don't think they do win, but they had a chance at least. St. Louis quickly running out of time to play the championship game at home. Fielded at the 5. The 20-25 and down to the 27. His final goal just at someone getting a city. Oh, no way. I'll check that out after. NBC Radio City gives outdraw finals games next season. I doubt that. But the presentation's going to be better. Better than this 1990s clip art that they've got right now on the floor. It just looks terrible. MLB and NBA doing what the NHL does? No. Well, MLB doesn't need to fix anything. NBA is going USA against the world for their next All-Star break. So that's a little bit different. So they are going to change it a little bit. Silvers, deep shot, caught at the 45-yard line, and Pearson's got speed to the 40-35, brought down the 33. Jacor Pearson with a big play early on, brought down by Ojimita. Into plus territory to the 33-yard line. Call a gain of 42 over the middle on the crosser. Yeah, that cup looks sound for it. It really does. First down, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pump fake. Silver steps up, middle of the field, low throw, incomplete. He's looking for Pearson again. Second down. The only father son duo to come on, yep. Reason why the NBA is entering national anthems for finals is because the market's involved. I think it's because... No, usually they'll air it if it's a big artist. But other than that, they just want to squeeze commercials. It all comes down to money. They just want to get artists. Battlehawks look like a completely different team. Yeah, it's like last year in the playoffs against the Brahmas. It's exactly the same thing as last year. Yeah, the trophy looks awful. It looks awful. Second down. Superimposing stuff in general usually does not look good. Swings it out and dropped. Intercepted! Are you kidding me? Sailors drops the ball, gets picked off. What's the flag? Picked off on the play by Anthony Hines. Another turnover by him. What's the penalty? Sailors drop the ball, and Hines right there to pick it off. Who's this on? Offside on the defense, so it's not going to matter. Right, it's how you lost. Yeah, I mean, allowing 40 plus. The tackling was atrocious. The tackling was awful. I don't know what that was. Yeah, offside on the play. Derek Roberson was offside. That would have changed the game. Yeah, he was offside. Offside. Roberson was offside. That's 60 more because I might not be able to go. Yeah. That's going to suck. Man. Birmingham's going to miss you. Birmingham's going to miss you. 2nd and 5. That would have probably been the game right there. Wasn't for that penalty, it probably is the game, but that was the right call. 2nd and 5. 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. They're going to hand it off here to Sailors. Sailors up the middle. First down to the 20, down to the 17-yard line. Gain of 11. It's not over yet. But a lot of work to do. We've seen some crazy comebacks in this league before, some crazy 3-score comebacks. They got to get something here. Chance to make the playoffs to inaugural season. I'd say like 33%. It's not bad. It's not bad. Like 33%. 1st and 10. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Takes the snap. They give to Sailors. 15 down to the 12. Gain of 5 on the halfback sweep. Some pushing and shoving afterwards. Panasiuk and Roberson getting into it. 2nd and 5. Home game Lucas Oil. At some point, I think yes. At some point. At some point, I think. It'll happen. I'd say like a Fever Sky game in the future at Lucas Oil. 2nd 5, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Silvers, they send 6. Gets rid of it. Back in the end zone. Almost picked off through the hands of Thompson. Looking for Butler. Goes through the hands of Thompson. A bullet dodged by St. Louis. A second bullet dodged. Through the hands of Thompson. I think 8 make the playoffs in WNBA, right? I think it's 8. Yeah, 8 teams make it. Roughneck Dragons, James will burn text to the ground. Yeah. 3rd and 5, 2 at the top, 3 at the bottom, empty backfield. Silvers, they send 6. Hit as he throws, end zone, one-handed grab! Butler, are you kidding me? Akeem Butler keeps St. Louis in this thing. Are you kidding me with that grab? His 5th touchdown of the year. Unbelievable. Duggan got benched. He had 10 net passing yards and fumbled twice. Hit as he threw, and Butler going to the ground, a one-handed grab. Maybe saved their season right there. Juggles, makes the grab. Survives the ground. We'll see what they do here. They'll go for 2. They did not go for... They went for 2 last time, did not get it. They will go for 2 here. Although the better play drawn up than the sweep play they ran, the wide receiver jet pass. You know, Max did not play well, though. Silvers, what a play. Hit as he threw. And Akeem Butler. Are they super challenging this? Akeem Butler going to the ground, one-handed, makes the grab. Again, this season's been a bit iffy for Butler. Not as productive as last year when he took the league by storm and got a contract with the Steelers. Some injuries, but when he's on his game, he is on his game. But DC going to super challenge this thing. DC's going to super challenge. So hang on a second. They're going to super challenge for a hold. They're looking at a hold on Jawan Bush-Ilbeedy. For Sarah left early? I don't blame you. I don't see a lot. I don't see a lot there. And again, everything looks like a hold in slow-mo. I don't see a lot. I don't see anything egregious like contact around the neck and whatnot. I don't think that's a hold. They are going to challenge. Again, you get 1 super challenge. So super challenge, you can challenge anything. You can challenge penalties. You get 1. If you get it wrong, you lose a timeout and you don't get another one. You get it right, you get a 2nd super challenge. You can challenge anything. So you can literally challenge for flags. And yeah, that super challenge never had a chance at winning. Most of you agree with that. DC loses their challenge. They will have none the rest of the game. They'll have 1 timeout. 2-point try from the 5. 1 at the top, 2 at the bottom. They isolate Butler. They're going to try the fade route to Butler. They're not. They're going to try crosser to the tight end Sutherland. Incomplete. Keandre Thomas on the breakup. And it remains a 14-point game. Yeah, officiating this year, it's not been good. Yeah, officiating has not been good in the UFL this year. They did change the Super Challenge rules. Super Challenge, it should not be for that. Super Challenge, it should be like you can only have 15 seconds to throw the flag. So there's sometimes where they take 3 minutes to throw the flag, and then all it happens. Like NFL should have Super Challenge. See, it's one of those things that sounds good in theory, but the more I watch it this year, it's like, ugh. Late execution's not good. That should be you only have 15 seconds, and you can only challenge a flag that would be a 15-yard penalty. You can only challenge you can only challenge personal fouls, stuff that is objective, like was he offside or not. It should only be you can challenge stuff like you shouldn't be allowed to challenge holds because again everything seems like hold. Now Max did not get hurt. No, Max just got benched. 26-12. It should be you can only challenge things that would be 15-yard penalties. Or objective things like offside. Because every touchdown, it feels like nowadays, it's okay, we're going to challenge for a hold and just hope there's something. And it should be only at 15 seconds. How about Oklahoma City Boom? I don't think that would go well after what happened in the 90s. Yeah, PI, yeah. Yo, PI, yeah, that's 15-yard penalty. Yeah, PI is 15 yards, so. Yeah, Max was really bad. Thunder up by 6 at the end of the first quarter, by the way. St. Louis holds the next two drives, scores the next two, should the next 2-point conversions be 1? It depends. I would go for 2. Spam's how much for 1 now? Oh, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. After a loss like that, sometimes you just need some time. I get it. I would say 2. I would say go for 2 because the odds of converting 2 1s in a row are worse than the odds of getting 1-2, if that makes sense. Right, Boom is not a great name. Like any singular name like that is not great. Yeah. Well, the Agile experience. Yep. There you go. 26-12. This game over on Fox. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. We're going to be live for the championship game at 8 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. Thank you guys for making this the #1 place to watch the UFL. Yeah, the Hawks need to stop here. Need to stop here. But some bad news. Silver's going into the tent. After that last hit, Silver's in the tent, so Duggan might come back in. Duggan's got his helmet on. Duggan might come back in. Silver's got hurt on that last play. Yeah, pretty much on that one, Sportsbook. Silver's got hurt on that last play, so it might go back to Duggan after all. Oh, you're good on that, bro. Touchback here. DC ball. Red Sox 5, Yankees 3. Oh, my. First and 10. When these teams met back in week 3 with the starters, DC only 3.2 yards per carry. Tonight, 5.7. Trips to the top of the screen. First down. They give up the middle to the 40. They're going to increase that yards per carry average here. That's a gain of 8. Brought down by Quinterio Cole. Going to stack the box at this point? Yeah. Force some pressure. You're gonna get some pressure on him. Absolutely. Second and 2. Trips to the top of the screen again. Some movement beforehand. Teamu hit as he throws. Middle of the field, dropped. But flag for PI. So there's 2 flags on the play. I think it's going to be offside and pass interference. So DC going to get a first down. Ready to go home? That's a good thing. He's safe for the appropriate amount of time then. It's like it was nice, but ready to go back. So offside, that's going to get declined. Pass interference will be accepted, obviously. And DC got very good field position here. Up by 14 points. Mike Lloyd is going to be better than Duggan? Probably. Speaking of Nemhard's second quarter clumps, I do not like that. How they bench Max if he was so good than bench him? Because he wasn't doing that well. He had 10 yards in the first half with 2 fumbles. He had 10 passing yards. Oh, the card's out for Silvers. Oh, that's it. Man. Play action, incomplete, tipped, and almost picked off by Mike Rose. But Silvers is done. So the second quarterback St. Louis has lost with an injury. Was playing well that third quarter. The card is out. And you figure that's it. Cordero is the third quarterback. But I think Duggan's going to come back in. So Max is going to have to come back in. Speaking with players instead of coaches. I think it's part of the new CBA is that they're allowed to speak with players now, which I don't like. I never like player reviews in the middle of the game. 2nd and 10, trips to the bottom of the screen. The handoff here at the 40, 35, 30, trucks ahead to the 26-yard line. Deion Jackson, gain of 16 yards. So, long drive tomorrow. I hate to see it. Hate to see it. You don't want to see it end like that. You don't want to see a season end like that. It's not going to matter if St. Louis can't even stop DC defensively, but man. First down handoff, up the middle, spin move, Jackson to the 21. Brought down by Cole and Rose after a gain of 5. And averaging over 6 yards a carry on the ground today. DC averaging less than 4 yards per carry this season. But playing well here. All good, Travis. All good. What happened? Silvers got hurt when he threw the touchdown pass. He got hit as he threw the pass, so he's on the cart. So he's done. Got the new car release. That's good. Trips to the top of the screen. 2nd and 4. They love his formation on this drive. Hand off to the side. Jackson again. First down at the 13-yard line. Brought down by Harvey. Gain of 8. 1 minute to go in the third. DC in the red zone. A touchdown, I don't want to say ends it, but does make it a 2-score game, makes it or 3-score game, makes it very hard to come back this late. Who will play in the championship game against Michigan? In St. Louis on Saturday. Will the Battlehawks play on their home field? Will DC be for the second time in 3 years? Handoff. Down to the 13-yard line goes Jackson. 2nd and 9. Gotta hold him to 3. If you hold him to 3, 17-point game, it's still a 2-score game. With UFL rules, it's still 2 scores. This will be the final play of the quarter unless it's a touchdown here. 2nd 8, trips the bottom of the screen. Now we play action, fires in the flat. That ball's caught by his tight end, makes one man miss to the 10, to the 5, and down just shy of the sticks. Goes Brent Shannon with his first grab of the day. 3rd and 1 at the 5 when we get back. DC, week 1 week before the season started, had no head coach. They are now 15 minutes away from going to the title game for the second time in the last 3 years. I'll put a poll up. Who wins this one? DC or Michigan? Or, excuse me, St. Louis. For the right to take on Michigan on Saturday. Let's throw his final script. Thank God. Thank God on that. They got so much backlash for the trophy. Which they should have. I mean, it looked like 2000s clip art. It looked terrible. Charles throw with 10 Superior Knight. 10 Superior Knight got a game forfeited, so it's probably better. Yeah, that one got better. Hang on. Yeah, I was literally about to tweet that out. I was literally just tweeting that out in the process of tweeting that out. Yeah, literally. Yeah, 10-cent beer night got a game forfeited. This one was just bizarre, but it deserves to be remembered. I was like, how did no one talk about this story before? Because they were just insane. Poncho night with t-shirt night was spectacular. Oh my god. Mr. O'Farrell, quarterback, and Rodgers? No. I think Rodgers is better. I love, like, still the superimposed logos, which are better. The final superimposed logos are better than the trophy. They still have the YouTube TV logo on it. So, you gotta get that YouTube TV ad on there. No, Rudolph is not better than Rodgers. Rodgers, he's not what he was. But he can still be a top 20 quarterback in this league. He really can be. There is no universe where Mason Rudolph is a top 20 quarterback. So start of the fourth quarter, 3rd and 1. Touchdown makes it a 3-score game. 81% you think DC win this one. The question is, what will the attendance be like on Saturday if DC plays in St. Louis? And it looks likely now, touchdown Jackson! Looking more and more likely that will be the case. And that for the 2nd straight season, St. Louis will host the final without the Battlehawks in it. It's a 3-score game, and St. Louis is going to have to find a way to come back without Silvers at quarterback. Deion Jackson runs in for the touchdown. The ground game magnificent for DC today. They lead by 20. I just got demolition and the Dodgers promo with the baseballs. Absolutely on that. They will go for 1. To make it a 21-point game. Handoff Smith. He's in easily. Blows by Freedom. 33-12. All-time great coach? Absolutely. Absolutely on that one. St. Louis down by 21 points with 15 minutes to go. Having to go back to Duggan. With Silvers out. You Battlehawks losing the playoffs at home? Yeah. Name more iconic duo. Yep. You Thunder up by 11. Robert's playing this year may be the best thing for Howard. I think so too. Right, Howard's not going to be pressured to start this year, which is good. Because he did not look ready in a combine or anything like that. I do not have a lot of high hopes for Will Howard at quarterback. Right, Howard I don't think is going to be starting. If Howard starts, something went horribly wrong. I think if Howard starts at any point, something went horribly wrong. Based on what I've seen. I couldn't put the finals here on the court. I gotta have the YouTube TV logo. Gotta have YouTube TV. 33-12. We will be live on Saturday for the championship game. Gray hair's my face. Oof. I do not. I do not. Which is odd. You would think I would. But I do not. Now I get stressed a lot too, so. Sometimes it just be like that. Remember, St. Louis last year hosted the conference championship against San Antonio. Lost that game. Did not show up. Today, deja vu. Thunder up by 15 points. 7 minutes ago in the first half. No history has some gray hairs. Yeah, pretty much. Like, the fact that I immediately was like, yeah, that's Texans Saints all over again with this. It's scary. I would have done the video now. I actually, if I had not done the video yet, I would have done it after this game. I would have done the video for Monday, being like, yeah, let's, and I would tie that into the NBA Finals. Let's see I don't know if I can find another scoreboard change like that for the NFL. Oh, let's see if I can find another scoreboard change. So Duggan will go out there. Getting benched. He has to come back out because Silver's carted off. Kickoff fielded. Taken by Jackson to the 20. Loses the ball and stripped away from him. Who's got it? St. Louis falls on it to save the game. Jerome Cap. A game-saving fumble recovery right there. Emirates being the NBA sponsor that doesn't fly to two cities. It does not. Does it even fly in America? I don't even know if it flies in America. Next thing returns somewhere. Chase Roberts smile. There you go. There you go. Ball at the 15-yard line. Nothing going right for St. Louis this game. Pearson in the backfield in motion. Swing pass to Pearson. Call it the 20. Easy completion to start things off. Pushed out of bounds to the 23. Keandre Thomas. Force him out. Gain of 8. Again, Duggan, if you're just joining us, 10 net passing yards the first half. Benched for Silvers. Silvers threw a touchdown. Got hurt. Carted off. So Duggan is back out there. No, it's not back career, absolutely. Doing OT? We're not doing OT. I might go live later tonight. Like, the night I'm talking. But I can't do OT tonight. 2nd and 1. Duggan sacked for the 4th time today at the 14-yard line. Brought down on the play by Malik Fisher. Had 1 sack in the regular season, has 2 tonight. 3rd and long. Yeah, we can't do OT because basically I'm doing a Zoom call with my family to discuss the Disney trip and plan that out day by day. So we got to book everything. Because I'll be gone for a week in August. I'll be at Disney World, so. You know, I read 6-6. I did. Duggan, pressure. Shovel pass. Caught by Howard at the line of scrimmage. Makes one-man miss. Trucks ahead to the 21. It's going to be 4th and 4. You got to go for it. I think you have to go for it here. With the way your defense is. How TCU make the natty? That game against Michigan was on crack. I think you got to go for it. I think in a 3-score game with 13 minutes on the running clock, 12 U.S. cities, I've never seen Emirates in person. They're going to punt. Oh, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this. Not the way your defense is playing. Your defense needs a breather. 4th and 4, down by 2 scores, I get. 3 scores, no. You're not going to have enough possessions. Not with the running clock rules. I would go for it here. I would go. They're going to punt it away. Yeah, 6-9 KSU, hopefully. They punt it away, but that could be running into the punter. Hang on a second. That could be running. They don't have the super challenge. And about to the 39 goes Mickens. Is there a flag? I don't see a flag. There is no flag. There is no flag for running into the punter. I did see Hoffrichter go down, but I am surprised by that. I would go for it. I would have gone for it there. I know what Gutmana said earlier, like 4th and 18. There are times you got to go for it. Yep, there are times where it's not pretty, but inside your own 20 or thereabout, How they get to the playoffs that year wasn't a strong year in terms of teams. Like, TCU deserved it. TCU deserved it. Like, there are some times you have to do things that aren't ideal. Like, obviously, 4th and 4 in regular situation, you don't go for it. But 4th and 4 down by 3 scores with 13 minutes left, I think you have to. Ed mentally clocked out. Only here because the ABC commentators are horrible. But they told us they were good. Richard Jefferson told us during the Women's College World Series that they were good. You tell me they're not good? That Richard Jefferson lied to us? And that he took over the spotlight from the athletes that deserved it, the Women's College World Series, to go on a crusade about Doris Burke? Like, I'm shocked, I tell you. TCU over... I mean, they were number 2 in the AP poll. Well, number 3 when they got in. But yeah, I mean, look, they were undefeated going into the conference championship. They lost in OT. I mean, I get it. Perkins is an answer. I do not. I do not like Perkins. OKC up by 17. Appreciate the sarcasm. All good. All good. You know, the presentation's bad. At least they changed the clip art. They changed the horrible clip art logo. Thank God. You know, Breen's great. I have nothing bad to say about Breen. I don't think... No, Van Gundy and Jackson was not a good crew. Jackson had the same cliches. And Van Gundy just complained about everything. We're so off topic. Burke is fine, just doesn't elevate the broadcast. She's not a number 1. The Georgia game was bad. Handoff here down to the 43. The Georgia game was like an abomination. We all knew it. We had 12 teams, yeah. We need 2 dancing clip our dinosaurs and sports broadcasts. That we do. That we do. I just superimposed like just random clip art in honor of that. You thought up by 21. I think we made the right call doing this instead of finals game 2. A lot of people did have this game as a blowout. Whoever wins the West wins the World Series. I don't know about that. I think the Cubs are the best team right now in the NL. I think the Cubs make it. I think the Cubs win the NL right now. 2nd and 5. Handoff. Smith breaks 2 tackles. Down to the 46. Now we'll take another 2 minutes off the clock. St. Louis can feel their season coming to an end at this stage for the 2nd straight year. St. Louis 8-2 this year. 7-3 in 2023. And 2024, 7-3. A team that has won 22 games in the regular season in the last 3 years. 22-8 in the regular season the last 3 years. Will have 0 championship appearances to show for it. Handoff, gain of 3. Right, the Cards are listed. Yes, we know what's going to happen there. Right, Carlos Gray making injury game adjustments. He is. Also, my favorite Brahmas quarterback? Probably Garbers. Probably Garbers. Right, OKC is on a crazy run right now. They're rolling. Yeah, this is how you put a team away. They didn't put the Pacers away last game. That's like 19 turnovers in the first half. Now they're putting them away. 2nd 7 handoff here to the 39. UFL title game directly clash with Stanley Cup Finals Game 5 in the Club World Cup opener. We'll do some Club World Cup. We're not going to do the opener, obviously. I didn't take the bait. It was funny. I wasn't going to go Kellen Mond on that one. I wasn't going to go Kellen Mond. I mean, Garber's got him to them. Call it DC Source 40. I'm not going to call it. We're going to stay on until the 2-minute warning at least. But, I mean, there's no chance St. Louis comes back. I'd be flabbergasted. If they come back. I'll call the 2-minute warning if it stays like this. 3rd and 2. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Handoff. Jackson. Gain of 1. I'd go for it here. I would go for it. I'm not punting this ball away. You're up by 3 scores. 4th and 1. Your running game has been great today. I would go for it and try to take another 2 more minutes off the clock. That makes losing game 1 rough. Yep, it does. Flag on the play, though. Hang on a second. It's Simmer Bankert. Bankert didn't do anything with the promise. Personal foul, face mask on the defense to move it up 15 yards. Morris on the hot seat? Yes, if they don't make the playoffs, he's gone. Morris is absolutely on the hot seat. It was after the play, too. Oh, my God. Dumb penalty there by Cameron Kelly. The play was blown dead and just grabs a whole hold of the face mask, losing their composure. See, was Tennessee Penn State winning the course of the win? No, I don't think so. Kelly just loses his composure. It's another first down for DC as a result. The wheels are coming off the bus. Undisciplined football by St. Louis. DC was double them up in yardage. And first downs. We will see a first-time champion if this holds. DC against Michigan. At least it's the revival of the league. Hand up to Smith to the 18-yard line. Good chance this is like the 0-1 finals. I could see it, yeah. Bulls on the hot seat? Yes. Depends how bad they are. Missing the playoffs? No. What do you mean by hot seat? I associate, okay, if they have a bad season like 5 and 12 or worse, yes, he's gone. They missed the playoffs? No. Who wins the South? I got the Bucks. Until proven otherwise, I got the Bucks. Bigger or loud reaction when the Jags drafted Hunter? No, Ramsey's still at the top. Ramsey's still at the top. Because Hunter, like, although Hunter's probably number 2. Hunter's probably 2 because once I figured out, like, oh crap, we made the trade. I knew it was going to be for Hunter, but once I got the announcement that we were making the trade, I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. Hand off Smith, gain of 1. 3rd and 5. McCarron say with St. Louis, if they had been better? Yes, absolutely. Well, Silver's played well. Again, Silver's played well. Obviously, he got hurt. Can't control that. But yeah, they would have been much better off. I know, Oakland makes a lot of sense for that one. Yeah, 33 points in one game. Well, you missed the Michigan game earlier. Michigan had, I think, what, 44 on Birmingham? 3rd and 5. Trips up on the screen. Will they get the snap off? They will just get it off. Hand off to Jackson. Flag on the play. It's going to be a legal shift. Right, yeah, Panthers, I don't trust the defense. Still not sold on Young all the way. Saints are just crap. Falcons, I don't trust their coaching. Not trusting Penix. And Thrasher was named after St. Bird. Did not realize Thrasher was a bird. Right, they're the one out the West Coast City. I think so, too. Oakland would be a great spot. They would rally behind that team tremendously. Illegal shift penalty will be declined. Let's make it 4th and 3. It's the joke again. I just read like things like a mile a minute. Like sometimes I just miss stuff. Original, if they bring the Sea Dragons, bring the original one. Yes, the original one was better than the 23 one. Yeah, I got the Sea Dragons helmet ready. Fourth and 2. They'll kick the field goal from McCrane, 32 yards to make it a 24-point game. Snap is good. McCrane 3 for 3 as the dome is emptied out. The dome is emptied. Let's get the Thrashers back. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. They've had multiple chances of getting a pro hockey. It hasn't worked out either time. They've had multiple chances, and both times it was just not good. 8 minutes to go. DC, 8 minutes away from their second finals appearance in 3 years. Joke no way. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, helps the channel a ton. Panthers won the first year in 83. Stars won 84, and they won 85 as well. The Stars lost 83 to Michigan. Stars lost 83 to Michigan. NFL brings the Pro Bowl to the Dome in St. Louis. Ooh. Best part of the first episode? Oh, man. The best part. I mean, the song was great. And Perry's just so cute. Perry the Platypus. Just seeing Perry again. I was surprised just seeing Perry the Platypus again. I wish we watch more, yeah. Well, maybe I will do it. I might be able to plug my headphones into my laptop and do it like that. I could see that. Red Stars are field goal from sweeping. Yep. They were. Atlanta and the NHL is like San Diego, the NBA. 2 teams left the market, don't have a Super Bowl arena. They're not getting a team anytime soon. Well, Atlanta could get a team sometime soon. But do I think they deserve over some other cities? Like Phoenix a second time? Quebec? Houston? KC? I would say no. Every joke landed. Yep, pretty much. Every joke landed. And Buford describing what a couch was just so funny. It's like, we are so back. Kickoff to the 10, 15, 20. Loses the ball! Jackson loses it! The second straight kickoff that's been fumbled! It wasn't even stripped on that one. I think St. Louis has it. Duggan runs onto the field. Yeah, St. Louis has it, but Blake Jackson, oh man. Yeah, paper. That's right, Chick Malone, yes. Don Nelson in the building, baby. Yeah, Jackson just lost the handle. Everything is going wrong. Is 0 like 9-month vacation. Quebec State get a team? I don't think so. I have no problem if they do, but I don't think they get a team. Today was a rough day to be a Matt Corral stan, too. Today was a rough day to be a Matt Corral stan. Portland, yeah. Portland be a good market. I think KC, Houston. Ball to 24. Duggan steps up. Sack for the 6th time today. He's got no awareness. Joe Wallace on the sack. Oh, man. Watching Max Duggan try and play quarterback. You wonder how this team was 8-2. And how this team was the #1 team by record this year. They lose a yard. Again, St. Louis 22 wins over the last 3 seasons. Second and 11. Duggan. Hit as he throws. Fires. It's caught by Howard. To the 30. 35. Down to the 36. Gain of 12. First down. Again, we're not doing overtime tonight. Just keep that in mind. First down. And flashbacks of the Georgia TCU game. Houston Dallas would be huge. It would be. Duggan. Tipped at the line. Incomplete. Looking for Howard. Haven't seen Sailors a lot as of late. The dome is deserted at this point. There is no one there. Second and 10. Duggan. Hit as he throws. Caught. Darby to the 45-40. The ASU wide out to the 30. He's got some space to the 20. Downfield block set by Butler. Brought down the 16-yard line. Thrown down by Trey Dean. Flag on the play. Might be for the tackle. Might be for the tackle. That was rest to see if I first were perfect. Horse collar, yeah, move it up to the 8. Move it up to the 8. As OKC leads 59-41 at the half. Fireside Girls focus episode. Oh, let's go. You don't know a whole lot about the Fireside Girls, like, besides Isabella. You rotate won both games. Yep. Yeah, horse collar tackle on that one. Horse collar tackle. First down at the 2-yard line. 5.5 to go. I did not see this coming. Giants get Singletary? I do not. Actually, wait. Actually, I would say yes. I actually would say yes. Nothing there on the handoff. I would say yes, actually. Because you figure Scatabo and Tracy, yeah. Any UFL players have a shot making an NFL team and being an impact player? Ooh. Well, I would say definitely Rodrigo Blankenship. In terms of the one I would bet on was Blankenship, the Battlehawks kicker. I think he'll get signed by someone and be really, really good. Duggan, QB draw, spins down to the 2. Yeah, so offense or defensively, I would say probably not. But special teams, I think Blankenship, absolutely. Matt Corral, yeah, definitely not. Perkins, I think, will make us a backup, too. I think Perkins will make us a backup. Third and goal. One-on-one. Looking. Jennings. Flag on the play. PI. You texted Bird to the ground? Yes. Oh, yeah. That was an insane game. That was insane. That was insane. Is that a parody like usual? I saw last night, I did watch last night the Pierre the Panda scenes from the Nemesis episode. That was great. First and goal at the 1-yard line. First and goal. Ball at the 1. Duggan to Howard. Stuffed. Second effort, not going to get there. The drive will continue. The clock will continue to run. No time Max is out there? Yeah, no. We haven't had one of those in a while in the UFL. Like, Bryce Perkins looks great, but I don't think he's going to be a starter. He'll probably get started as a backup. Second and goal. Howard. Stuffed. Strive taking a lot of time off the clock. Third and goal. I say we'll see if curse the championships. Well, they got the Blues in 2019. Lisa Nice and Bart Starr. I would say Lisa Nice. Yeah, most random sports teams associate with each other. Yes. Kraken Canucks. That'd be a fun rivalry. Yeah, very odd thing. Jay Fox has a short one. Pat Mahomes has a big one. The Pope has one but doesn't use it. What is it? A last name? Was it a last name? Third and goal. Timeout DC. You know, Lisa Nice is by far the better episode. By far, actually, on that one. Both are good, but I think Lisa Nice is way better. A Friends parody? Oh my god, yes. Last name? Yep, there we go. There we go. Told you. Third and goal. Duggan. Butler. Incomplete. Ojimita on the coverage. Fourth and goal. I figure this will be the game. Gotta go for it here. Kansas can drive now? Oh, yes. Let's go. Gotta get this, otherwise it's over. I mean, it's been over for a while, but you gotta get this, otherwise we will officially call it. Fourth and goal. Duggan, 2 at the bottom. QB draw. He will get in. Not done yet. Touchdown, St. Louis. Still a lot of work to do, but remember, there is the 4th and 12 rule, so you don't need onside kicks. 36-18. He says in the trailer. Oh, yeah. Seattle Vancouver just throws right away. Yeah, it's not far. I mean, I think Seattle Vancouver will co-host the Olympics at some point. Browns or Texans? Who gets first? Texans. Texans, I think they're in a better spot quarterback-wise. Well, 2019 feels like a long time ago because COVID 2020. That felt like no time in 5 years and once. They'll go for 2. Ever thought I'd see a video about the Chargers and Timberwolves? Yep. But here we are. Here we are. They'll fake the give to Jackson, and Duggan gets thrown down immediately by Hines. So still down by 18 points. You need 2 touchdowns, 2 3-point conversions, 2 4th and 12s, and a partridge in a pear tree to come back and win this one. 36-18. Got to get the 4th and 12 stop here, and if you do, you're going to the championship for the second time in the last 3 years. From not having a coach 1 week before the season started to this. Will be the second time that DC beats St. Louis at the Dome this year. St. Louis undefeated at the Dome this year, besides the game against DC. 5-0. Or they played 6 games at the Dome because the Brahmas game, the Alma Dome was being used. 5-0 at the Dome against every other team. 0-2 against DC. Jags or Marlins? Jags have a better chance. Just because they have an owner that actually semi-cares. Yeah, that's a longer drive. It is. 4th and 12. I will hop off after this if they don't get it. We're not doing OT. Tonight I can't do OT, but I might be live later tonight at like midnight. Might be live at midnight tonight. I don't know. I might be live at midnight tonight because I'll practice some NHL 25 and practice commentating in preparation for tomorrow's real game. So I might do that. But I will not be live for OT tonight. I have to plan my Disney trip. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom, 4th and 12. But we'll probably in 3 hours. I would say 3 hours prepare for a live stream. Midnight Eastern time. Duggan, here's he throws, middle of the field, intercepted, picked off at the 30-yard line. Trey Dean. You know, it's not, no, midnight Eastern time. Midnight Eastern time, I would think. Trey Dean with the interception. The 4th and 12 unsuccessful. Duggan's nightmare continues. Hit on the throw by Anthony Hines. What a game he's had. Maybe the MVP of this game. Can I say Pacific time? Well, it's still beyond Pacific time. I'll still probably be on by that point. Dead Punting Society or Sarah's of Thunder? Ooh. I don't know on that one. Ball the 29-yard line. 2:05 to go. Yeah, Rams, Hawks, Blues. I would agree with that. What would an NBA team for people in St. Louis and KC root for? What team would they root for? I don't know who they root for right now. Probably the Bulls. It's like 3 to 6 a.m. Might be up by 5:45 a.m. Hey, well, I might still be on. All right. Oh, God. Gabe Davis is going to go to the Saints. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Gabe Davis might go to the Saints. Whew. All right. So here's the game plan. I'm going to call it here. I'm going to call it here. All right? We're going to call it right here. If anything changes, I will be... never live it down for the rest of my life. But I'm going to call the game here. Because I have to go. 36-18. The DC Defenders will take on the Michigan Panthers for the championship game on Saturday night. One of them will win their first title ever since rejoining the league in this iteration. Michigan DC for the finals on Saturday. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. I should be on about 3 hours. I'll play some NHL on stream and practice my commentary on hockey in preparation for the real thing. So we'll see what happens. The last time those teams met, Michigan won 38-14 over DC. Defenders Panthers in the Dome in St. Louis. Second straight year St. Louis loses on their home field. Michigan against DC for it all Saturday at 8 o'clock. Appreciate you guys tuning in. JG9 signing off. Thank you guys for making this the number one place to watch the UFL on YouTube. I will see you guys later tonight in all likelihood for some NHL 25. I should be back later. I got to practice somehow. The game's tomorrow that I'm calling. Stanley Cup tomorrow on Monday at 8 o'clock Eastern. So, new video dropping as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in.